super long arms.
You're taller than I thought you'd be.
A lot of people say that about me.
Really?
Yeah. Because they see me sitting down a lot.
Yeah, well, that's kind of
And then when I stand up, they're like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is good. There you go.
Take a
I'm
picture.
going to...
Is it doing the 5-minute thing, or is it...
No, just straight in. It's
straight in.
now.
So we're like live.
You're live.
I'm live.
I'm
Hello.
over here live, and you're over there live. Just pretend it's your stream, and you're looking at your samples, and this is your SEM.
Yeah, it's... Just pretend like it's mine for
It'll be fine.
an afternoon.
Streaming in the afternoon, and pretend we're in San Francisco. Just be like, hi, I'm Pacific Plankton, and we're live from San Francisco. This is my science fortress. It got an upgrade.
It got a major upgrade. A significant upgrade, if it's my science fort. So this is Pacific Plankton, and I'm live from the Scanning Electron Microscope Lab.
I don't think they can see me over here.
They can't see you?
I think I'm so far out of the frame that they can't see me.
I can rotate the camera.
It's okay. I'm working with Stinky Mud over here.
He doesn't have to do the stinky mud over there. You
Well,
can bring it closer. Show people.
I will, but it's best if I start with the Stinky Mud over here.
Hmm.
And it's okay, we don't have any viewers yet, so
It's okay.
they can see your Odontella.
Slowly crawling across the screen.
Yes. And maybe I'll move to the other side of this place. Shadow Fax is here.
Shadow
And they said,
Fax.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, I can work this chair. I hate that chair.
We're doing science today.
Are we?
We are.
What do I normally do?
Science.
Oh, okay.
That one's mine.
This has your straw in
It
it.
has my straw. That's how I can tell it's not Dr. Pepper.
Mine doesn't even have a straw. That's how I'm rolling today.
See, because I'm traveling, and I sometimes might want to drink with my mask on, I can just use the straw.
I'm not complaining.
I feel like it was like I don't even have a straw.
Yeah. Sometimes I get a straw and then people are like, oh my god, you got a straw.
You got a straw? I know.
You're an environmental professor, you got a straw.
Why are you using a straw?
I mean, sometimes I just want the soda to go right into my face faster, you know?
See, I think it's faster if you just drink it.
Sometimes. A lot more of it ends up in my beard if I just drink it, though.
I've not had that problem.
What?
Just the mask.
Do you want to tell them what you've been up to today?
Oh my goodness. What have I been up to today? Well, I started... Okay, hold on. I'm going to type something and then I'll tell you. Can't type and talk. Too many things. All right.
We've had a busy day.
Very busy day.
And I actually taught classes on top of it.
Yep.
So, I'm going to throw that out there. Pretend you did everything you did, but also had to talk in front of people for an hour and 15 minutes without shutting up.
About really cool stuff.
Well,
No?
it's the Steve Mandel.
Steve?
He says, hi, you two.
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Steve. I've just decided that I'm going to stream like this from now on. I'm going to have everybody else over there, and I'm just going to be in the back like the grumpy old guys from the Muppets yelling down. Hey, you kids, get in focus.
Uh-huh. And you think that'll make a really great stream?
People like that sort of thing.
They do?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Okay.
This is
How are you doing, Steve?
0, 2, 1.
Look at me. I'm running an SEM. Like,
Steve says howdy.
there's no professor sitting directly next to me. He's behind me, but
I'm not even looking at what she's doing.
he's here.
I'm here putting samples in bags.
Well, this morning while he was teaching, I like kind of broke the SEM. I was using it while it broke. How about that? Is that better?
I guess so.
I was using it just like this, and all of a sudden the screen went black. I was like, ah, what did I touch? It was pretty frightening.
I need a pipette. I'm going to be back in a second.
Okay.
And I also need to get caps.
Pipettes and caps.
What?
Pipettes and caps.
Oh, I thought maybe you said you had
No,
some caps.
but there's Ziploc bags over there.
I don't need those.
Oh,
Got
okay.
it. You're in control.
I'm in control.
Entertainment.
Oh no, I'm in control, but I can't see chat. So hey everyone. It's nice to see you, Steve. Let's see. There we go. We're looking at right now. So this is a plankton sample that I took before I left San Francisco, and I sampled it and I put a little bit of hydrogen peroxide in it, and brought it with me on my trip here to Indiana to visit Dr. Stone. And there are dinoflagellates in the sample. This is an unprocessed portion of the sample that we mounted on an SEM stub. And let me find a dinoflagellate for you, because this is just so amazing to see these. Usually they, oh, like right here, look at that. Ha! Sorry, it's so cool. Okay, we're going to zoom in on this. This is a dinoflagellate. So the difference between a diatom and a dinoflagellate, the dinoflagellate has two flagella. So let me get in a little closer. Look at that beautiful dinoflagellate there. Ah. Get a little bit. Actually, we're going to go and let's see. I'm going to auto brightness a little bit. Oh, there we go. And I'm going to zoom in some more and focus. Let's see. Right here. See if I can get it a little bit sharper. There we go. Now I'm going to zoom back out just a little and center it, and I'll get a picture set up, and then I'll tell you more about it while I'm taking the picture. Because it takes about 3 minutes to take the picture. Let's see here. And it's still a little too zoomed in. There, that looks good. Right? That looks pretty good. I'm wondering if I could get it more into focus. Maybe. Different parts are in focus. All right, I kind of want this bit to be in focus though here. Look at this dinoflagellate. We haven't seen this one yet.
You found another one?
I did.
Let's see. In the chat, they said, it's Lujan. Lujan Lu says, hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you both again. Hello, Lujan.
Hello, Lujan.
Sam Shung is here, and they say, good day, Professor Pack. And
No.
Magdalene is here, and she says hello. And Headshot Specialist says, morning, Pacific Plankton. And Sam Shung said, pack attack.
So, woohoo!
Pack
Oops.
attack.
Pack attack. All right, I'm just trying to like.
What sort of lies did you tell them about it?
I didn't tell them any lies. I
Oh.
told them, hold on, we've got lots of dinoflagellates, because I brought the sample from San Francisco and I used hydrogen peroxide in it, just a little bit, and now we've got dinoflagellates.
Those are all true.
Yeah, those aren't lies yet.
You didn't tell them what you've been up to.
Well, I was just showing off the really cool dinoflagellates,
Okay.
because dinoflagellates. Now, do I need to? Let's see.
You told them that you broke my SEM, or you did?
I did. I told them I was using it while it broke.
And then did you tell them that we fixed it?
No, I didn't. Oh, hey, I have a question.
For me?
Yeah,
Or for chat?
for you. When I focus it, see how it like moves left and right when I focus it? I don't remember it doing that as much before.
When you move, what?
So here, see this, how this line connects here?
Yeah.
And I am using the focus knob,
Yeah?
right? So watch. When I focus, it moves that way,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then that way.
It's because we probably need to stigmate it a little bit.
Ooh,
Because we put on the new filament.
got it. I just hadn't seen it do that as
Yeah,
much.
Probably we need to do that. We need to do the wiggle, the wobble, I mean. And we didn't do any of the wobble We didn't do any of the stigmation, so your images aren't going to look quite as nice.
Oh man, do you think we should do it?
Well, when I finish with this,
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take a take a picture here, and then I
I'm
can.
busy over here making samples for you.
It's amazing. It's so cool. All right. Auto brightness.
So, this black ichorish liquid
It's so cool.
in the baggie is from a core that Pacific Plankton collected.
My very first ever, and it worked.
A sediment core
From a canoe in a lake.
from a canoe.
From a canoe.
Yeah.
And we didn't tip the canoe.
Oh, she said that I gifted her the SEM? Well, that sounds about right.
Just the use of it for
Oh, the
another
use of it. Oh.
for another another day almost. Not
Steve,
quite.
Steve Mandel was saying that was claiming that I said you could hatch it.
Oh
I
no.
think.
No.
I mean, if you can fit it on the plane.
If I can fit it on the plane, don't tempt me. Oh, take a picture. There we go. Just having fun watching it draw really slowly, but I forgot to snap the picture. Okay.
So this is not the first time that happened.
It's not. That's the second time that's happened. Because watching it draw is most of the fun. Later, I can enjoy looking back at the images, but at the moment, it's the watching it kind of unfurl in front of me.
So I'm turning her samples into little sample vials that we can then stick in some nitric acid and get the diatoms out of them. One sample at a time.
It's very cool. So yes, so this morning the filament burnt out on the SEM. Completely freaked me out. I did what I was supposed to, and I went and I found him, and he said, "Put it in standby." And then he worked on it and was able to. He did all of the filament changing, and then it works now.
Yeah, we just had to change the filament. It was fine. It was reaching about 300 hours.
Yeah.
So Steve Mandel says, how do you get the sample onto the SEM mount?
Oh,
I think they mean your samples from...
my sample's from San Francisco.
Yeah.
So I can show you when I get home, Steve, but I can show everybody now. I can try rolling. I know this isn't the same, but I can explain it with this. This is actually a mosquito that I caught last night on a stub.
She didn't catch it on the stub.
I didn't
Put it
catch
on
it.
the stub.
I ran around really carefully trying to catch a mosquito until I found one. It's really sneaky. No. So this is an SEM stub, and there are, what are the ones called that fit on top of it? It's just another stub. Like you have a stub on a stub.
Oh,
The
the
little-
little aluminum
like a
things?
barrel?
Barrel, yeah.
Yeah. So there are these little
Those are
aluminum
actually
barrels.
pins,
These are
and
pins,
those are stubs.
and those are stubs. See, I've got to get the lingo right. Otherwise, I'm going to say something wrong. So this is a pin.
It's all the same.
And then I don't have one that has I don't know whose they are. I don't want to mess with them. So you put a couple of drops of diluted sample onto the surface of a little barrel that fits on here. And then it sits on a hot plate or a warming plate? A warming plate.
It's called a slides warmer
A slides warmer.
because it's made in China.
Aw.
And they didn't get the language quite right.
And then it sits there and it slowly dries. And when it's dry, then it can get coated in gold. And I have a little video of that I tried to post on your Discord of it doing the disco and getting the gold coating.
Put it on my Discord?
I was trying to, but I couldn't actually do it. I didn't have the bandwidth to
Oh,
upload.
we could have given you an account, you know.
It's okay. I go home tomorrow.
All right. I mean, I know that. I'm just saying it could have happened.
I could have, but that's okay. Let's see. Dino. There we go. Dinoflagellate for now. Okay. So, Where are we?
Dangling says, look at what Twitch does. Lets online friends come together and makes my allergies act up.
Makes your allergies act up. Oh.
Anakin Luke is here and he says, hi yo.
Hi.
And he wants to know if you've met Mallory plus other people because he's fixated on Mallory for some reason.
Oh. Yeah, I've met people. I think I've met almost everybody.
The hooligans. You haven't met Addie.
I haven't met Addie.
We haven't seen her.
I haven't met Addie.
But Laura, yes. Sukanya, yes. Eleanor, yes.
Yes.
Mary.
Mary.
Yes. And you haven't seen Rihanna because Rihanna hasn't been around.
Yeah.
And you met Daphne.
There you go.
So
I feel like part of the community now.
it's you don't know the other one's names yet. Me neither. I just call them Mallory and then those other people
Oh.
in the lab.
Those other lab folks.
Mallory is talky. I'll tell her you said that.
Dear. All right. So Steve, this one's for you. We have Prorocentrum here. Look at this. I'm gonna zoom in on this Prorocentrum. Is it the outside or the inside? Let's see. Oh, it's a good one. No, you can't really see. It's a little collapsed. I'll find you a better one. Actually, we could go to the other stub because I haven't seen that one yet.
Just have at it.
I know. It's just so, I don't know.
I have news for you, which is we need to order pizza by 7
Uh-oh.
and be home by roughly 7.
Okay. Pizza's my treat tonight for the Stone family.
So it's 3:30. I'm just telling you, only got like 3 hours left.
Oh, no. That's like no time at all in Sem World.
Yeah, and SEM time, don't blink.
Don't blink. Don't even breathe. All right. Look at this. This one's for you, Steve. Prorocentrum. See this Dinoflagellate? Look at those tiny little holes there. Go a little closer.
Dangling wants to know, are you buying an SEM for home?
No. But am I?
And Steve says, wow. But he used all caps and an exclamation.
And an exclamation mark?
Yeah,
Wow.
like that.
Like that. Wow. All right.
And Headshot says, order pizza while the SEM is drawing, which is probably what will happen.
Yes.
I suspect that we can multitask just like we're multitasking right now.
Oh, actually, this is interesting. I don't think I saw this edge of this Dinoflagellate where those halves joined before. So maybe I will take this picture and zoom out just a tiny bit because that's kind of cool.
Normally, on your stream,
Mm-hmm.
these things are crawling around.
They are. They're actually, so this particular Dinoflagellate
Swimming.
is tumbling like a falling leaf.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah. And I can see the edge of it, which I don't think I saw in the picture I took yesterday. I think it was yesterday. All the days are blurring together. It's so much fun here. So much fun.
It's a real shame they haven't invented the Stinko-Vision so that I could have you guys smell the core over here and get the full experience of how fun it is.
It's so much fun.
It smells
Even the
like-
stinky parts are fun.
It smells like Easter eggs or something. I don't know. What's
Like the
sulfury?
Easter eggs that you haven't found yet.
What smells like sulfur besides Easter eggs? Like after you hard boil an egg, it smells kind of sulfury, right? Oh, I know.
Yeah?
Brimstone, like what shows up when the devil does.
Like
Smells
going to
like
hell?
that.
Like going to hell. We've
Yeah.
gone to hell.
A little bit like going to hell.
It's the dark side coming out.
Yeah. The dark side has come out in these cores. I don't know if you've seen this mud, but it looks like somebody just like dumped
It's
like
so cool.
pure demon blood in a vial.
It's lovely.
Uh,
It's so cool.
The darkness is there. Marmot.
Marmot!
Says, howdy, howdy. Great to see you both.
It's super fun to be here. Okay. Auto brightness is working, and then I'm going to take another picture.
Headshot says you colored these pictures yourself. Yes, I colored the pictures myself. That's my artwork.
Yes.
If you can call it that.
Can call it that. Because that's what it is. All right. Take a picture.
It's what I do, which is just blindly groping around in software until it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, and if you're on his Discord, you might actually catch him doing it on Discord.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
That's true. Sometimes I actually do it through Discord.
Yeah.
And don't tell anybody because it's a secret.
You just have to be on Discord and notice that he's there.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah. Sometimes I hang out in your Discord.
I'm there all the time.
Really?
Well,
maybe not all the time.
usually I'm working.
Yeah.
But when I'm done working, I'm there.
So this is neat. This little flange here going around. I'm going to zoom in and get a picture of that because I've not seen that before.
Headshot says, I'm on Discord since a couple of days.
Sweet.
All right, then.
Welcome to Discord.
Yeah. Stop by. And it's a pretty quiet Discord, but I post pictures. So if you like the pictures that show up in the little corner in the bottom there, when I colorize them, I usually just upload them to Discord. So you can get them from the Instagram site, but I feel like it's lower quality than what I'm posting to Discord, which is still lower quality than the actual image, but it's still pretty good.
Pretty good.
Quality-wise. Quantity-wise, I don't know.
You do more than I do.
And yes, dangling is usually in the voice chat, losing some game and talking about people's moms. She does a lot of mom talking. Not my mom. As far as I know, she hasn't talked to my mom very much. There was a stream where my mom was on it.
It was sweet.
And I think dangling was there for that. So she might have talked to my mom a little bit then. But normally when she plays games with somebody, she talks about their mom. And most of the time, I don't think she's met their mom, so... I mean, I don't think she even knows who they are, let alone who their moms are.
So, hey, Steve, if you have a Dinoflagellate book handy, are these trichocyst pores?
It says, similar structure on this to diatoms with pores, valves, etc., or so it appears, but dinos are not silica, right?
Right. Well, valves, not valves so much. Dinoflagellates have plates. They have thecas.
I always think it's funny when you say fecal plates.
Do you? You like that?
Because it's so close to saying something else.
It is. It is.
She said fecal plates.
Yes, with a TH.
Luke says, I'll invent a new cheap SEM thing and become a millionaire.
You could.
Luke, there's a problem, which is if it's cheap, how are you going to become a millionaire?
So many people will use it.
I mean...
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
There's a money problem here, which is it's going to be, you know, kind of expensive to make one, and then if you sell it for cheap, you're not going to... You'd have to sell a lot of it. Yeah, think about it.
We're going to go close.
Headshot wants to know, how do you say fecal with a PH?
I don't know. How? No?
That's just like you do.
Cool. Don't they look like scales there?
Oh, they said, did you say fecal with a PH?
With a TH.
TH.
Of course. All right, I'm going to rotate it to the right.
Okay, don't wreck the instrument.
All right. We can always trade places, and I can subsample, and you can run
I can
this.
look through your samples and tell them about dinos, because I don't think that's going to happen.
No, you do it.
I'm going to be like, here's a dino. This one's got fecal plates.
All right, I'm going to rotate. Let's see. Let's do 15. And I'm in the rotation window, so that's okay.
I just want you to double check. You're doing great.
All right.
Angle.
Which way did I go?
4 to 5.
All right, so I want to go like...
Also, you've already washed your hands, and I feel like
I have.
putting
But,
yourself back
you know,
into
I have
it
to say, I washed my hands, but I don't think I got under my nails good enough, because
still
I'm
smells
not-
like sulfur.
I'm not over there sub-sampling, and I still get the occasional, like, whiff.
That's weird.
It is weird, isn't it?
It's almost like the lake doesn't want to let go of you now that it passed you.
All right, so I did 15, and it went straight up and down. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to go that way.
It's almost like if you get demon blood all over your hands, you can't get it off.
Oh, no.
I think there's
It's a movie about that?
there's a Shakespearean play about it, I think. I feel like
Damn.
this was like,
Out, damn,
yeah, exactly.
sample. It doesn't have the same ring.
We'll come up with something.
We'll come up with something. All right. So this is the math part, right? I'm at 15 degrees and it's straight up and down, and I want to go this way. So that means it has to be positive, no, negative degrees.
It's clockwise?
It's clockwise.
Negative.
Negative degrees. So I want to go negative degrees, 90.
Negative 90 degrees.
Yes.
Nothing is impossible. Not
And
if
I'm
you can
still in the
imagine.
rotation field.
Okay,
So I'm
that's all
okay.
that matters.
I know, but I keep checking because
Type
it's...
whatever crazy number you like.
And it's
rotation.
spinning again.
I
Damn.
know. It's
I
fun
know.
when you tell it to rotate.
I know. I say rotate and it goes woo. But yeah. Okay. What did I
somebody
do?
Followed us.
Somebody followed. They followed you. They didn't follow us.
Oh, that's true. I apologize to Laura Flores Ciencia because you think you're getting a channel with Pacific Plankton as the host, but it's actually me.
And
I'm
if
back
anyone...
here backseating it.
You are doing a really good job, too.
That's what I do.
You do a really good job.
You know, professors, this is our life. We just sit in the back, do something, and we point at stuff.
Yeah?
All of my power is concentrated in my finger. Point at shit.
There's a book. No. Never mind. Okay. Speed.
Luke wants to know about the stuff that we sampled today.
All right. So there's a little lake here in Terre Haute.
There's many.
Yes. But there's one in particular that we went to. It used to be a coal pit. Is that what? Yeah? It used to be a coal pit.
They dug it out.
They dug it out.
Coal.
Took the coal, left a pit, and then it filled with water. And now it's a lake. So I had never done a core sample before, never taken a core sample. I've always done the plankton part, right? Pacific plankton, not Pacific core. It's true. And look at that. That's so neat. Okay. And
You can change your name, you know, on Twitch.
on Twitch, I know. But then
once
what?
a year or something.
See, but then I have to do cores, and I don't have any of the equipment. You said that was rather expensive, that equipment.
Only $4,000.
Yeah, see?
You can get a couple of those.
I can get a couple of those. I could. However,
You can use your Twitch money.
I can use my Twitch money. I need a whole lot more Twitch money.
We can put our Twitch monies together.
We could, but I just don't feel like that would be fair.
It still wouldn't get us to $4,000.
It wouldn't even be close. You get more than I do.
Do I?
I think you do.
Oh, sorry. I don't feel like that's true, but
I match mine and donate it. So I'm pretty sure you get more than you.
well, I mean, my money just goes into student research.
Yeah, and mine just goes into the nonprofit for Plankton Ed, so.
But I've already used a bunch of it, so
Well, that's cool. All right, we're gonna go speed 7. And actually, you know what? I should have it on an angle and not straight across.
oh, look at this.
What?
Laura wants to know, what are we looking at?
We're looking at, oh, so this is the edge of a dinoflagellate, and I've never seen this edge that close. I'm just going to take the picture.
Oh, Steve told him. And
Oh.
It looks like maybe Luke is from, well, Luke, we know that Luke is from Brazil, and I think that Laura has a Spanish-sounding name, so he's speaking Spanish, I heard.
He's
Or maybe speaking Puerto Rican.
I don't know. He's speaking to her
Some sort of Spanish.
in foreign languages.
Yeah,
Lovely.
some sort of Latin-based language.
We could add French to the stream, and I could start speaking French into the microphone.
I can't tell the difference between Portuguese and Spanish, Luke. I'm sorry. I know
Really?
you speak Portuguese, but also you
Oh.
can speak Spanish.
They're very...
You know, they're not that different from each other.
Neither is Spanish and Italian, right?
Right? Or Italian and French.
Just different enough to make it difficult to not switch between them.
Right. But I think a lot of people who speak Portuguese speak Spanish too, or they can kind of like get enough of the words.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I have friends from Brazil. I had a sandwich PhD student.
I should have rotated it.
You should have.
I should have. Because the top half is all dark. So this is the really slow part. So, yes, so we went to this little lake. Here, I can tell a story while it's taking a picture.
See, Laura says we understand each other.
Ah,
See?
nice.
Told you.
What's good? So, go ahead. There's chat.
Sorry.
Please.
Luke wants to know what classes I'm currently teaching. I'm teaching a class called Large Lake Systems. It's about large lakes. The big ones, the biggest ones on Earth. And a class called Stratigraphy and Sedimentation, which is about geological processes that create sedimentary rocks and the environments that they're deposited in. And a class called Diatom Taxonomy, which Pacific Plankton sometimes sits in on.
It's very cool.
That's it, you can go.
I can go now?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this little lake. And we took a coring device, and it's, oh, I forgot the name of it again. It's just
HTH surface core.
an HTH surface core. See? Only have to say it 3 more times and I'll remember it. The HTH surface core, which is a weighted device with a flange. And what you do is you lift up the flange and hold the cord, and it's connected to a tube. And the whole mechanism is lowered over the side, over the side of a canoe. And then when it hits the mud, it sinks into the mud, and when the pressure is released from the cord, because it's sunk as far as it can go, it releases the flange and it closes the top of the tube. Kind of like when you're, if you've like taken water in a straw and you put your thumb over it and you can pick up the straw and the water doesn't all fall out. So, except when I pulled it up, it was all full of mud and the core sample, which is really cool. But in a canoe, it's a little tippy, and we did not tip over. It was very good.
Teamwork.
It was
What's gonna work?
awesome. And then there's a plug or a plunger that you put on the bottom so that it doesn't all leak out. And we were, I was carrying it back to the car, and the plug fell out the bottom. I left.
It shouldn't do.
It shouldn't do, but I left plops of core along the path, but only a couple plops of core, and percentrum.
It's because there was a small hole in the core tube, not because of anything she did.
I thought it was because of something I did. Didn't know about the hole in the tube.
Well, neither did I.
Anyway, it was fine because we didn't lose all of it, only some of it, and then we sampled from the little bits that dropped out. Let's see.
And then we spent
Right.
about, 45 minutes subsampling the core.
Yeah. And that, it's really cool because it like pushes it out like a push-up pop with this mechanism that gives you 1 centimeter, half centimeter or 1 centimeter increments pushed up through the tube and out, so you can slice it off into one of those handy dandy bags that that Stone has over there. And then he's now subsampling them into little vials. What are those?
They're called scintillation vials.
Scintillation
They're
vials?
scintillating.
They are. They're sparkly. They're beautiful. Okay. Picture taken. I can move on. Stop yammering. Speed. 4. Beam intensity. 10. I'm going to talk myself through this to make sure I'm doing it right. And then zoom out. And we can go to another stub.
Steve said I have to leave now, but it
Oh,
was
no.
fun to see you both. And then there's
Say
some
hi to
conversation
Lily.
about who speaks Spanish and who speaks Portuguese and with whom. And then Dangling says, you got the free Dr. Stone lecture. She got a bunch of free lectures from me.
Oh my goodness. But I am
And
treating you to dinner.
Luke says that he'd love to see pictures. So we actually took pictures when we poured, with the, like the fish that got away. We got those pictures. We got pictures from
It's pretty funny.
The subsampling when we did the subsampling. So I'll just post all of those in the Discord, and or in Pacific's Discord, which I don't have a link for you for, but I can take this one. And
You can always find me through.
Anna's here, and she says,
Hi, Anna.
morning, but like not morning.
Oh, Anna, we have I have a diatom question for you. I mean, I think I figured it out, but I still have a diatom question. I'm going to zoom back to that other one, that cruciform. This one.
Square diatom.
It's the kind of cross-shaped diatom. Marine sample from San Francisco Bay. Here we go. There we are. I'm gonna.
And then I'm doing this
Fix
highly
that.
scientific subsampling of the core back here.
It's really cool. So Anna. And
Turning our material from giant samples that are way too big into something that will fit into a scintillation vial, so that we can put it in nitric. Well, I guess I'll be putting it in nitric acid here in a minute.
there's just too much to do. Not enough time.
There's plenty of time.
There's not enough time. So what do you think it is, Anna? I'm curious.
Well, you can actually see, Chad, if you push that little
Where?
OBS button at the
Oh.
bottom right there.
I can bring it up. And then I have to remember I can't navigate there.
Right.
Oh.
Turns out you can't use the SCM with that screen up.
No, you can't. You can't. I said I figured it out. I said I thought I might have figured it out. So there's a triceration that has a squarish, starish shape and a what was the other one? I wrote it down.
Trigonium.
Try what?
Trigonium, I think.
Trigonium. You remember diatom names so amazingly well. I have to keep looking back at my notes. Anyway, those are the two options that I thought it fit into that category. So I was just curious. It's the only one. I know, I'm looking. We're going to look at the other stub right now. So
What did she say?
she said you figured it out? Question mark.
Oh.
It's cute, but from the inside. And is it the only one? I'm going back here.
It's the only one we've seen so far.
True. So
We've only seen the inside view of it.
I
It
know.
has junk in the inside.
Has junk on the inside.
You get the outline.
You do. You do.
Good
I mean,
luck.
just saying. Here we go. Step number 2. So if I want to rotate it back to north,
0.
0 under rotation.
Yeah.
Got it. And I'm in the rotation field before I hit enter. Yes. I'm going to talk myself through this. Oh, and it spins. Okay. All right. Here we are on stub number 2. Also San Francisco Bay.
Also unprocessed.
Also unprocessed. Haven't gotten to the processed stuff yet. All right, I'm just going to poke around. I'm not going to spend as long, unless there's really cool dinoflagellates, and then no promises. Because this is the first time we've really seen, oh, see here? We've really seen the dinoflagellates on the SEM. I mean, maybe one. Oh, look at that. I think it might be Proto-Peridinium.
What?
I know. It's a,
You know what we can do with that?
I think it might
Its
be.
fans go up or down. We just turn the rotation on the stage.
Look at that. I think it totally is.
That is definitely.
All right.
That is it.
So I'm in the
it's pants sideways.
It's pants sideways, but we're gonna fix
Good
that.
news,
You know, put
everyone.
Pants down.
I was thinking. Pants down sounds like fun. Or maybe I just screwed it up and now it's going to be pants up because it's the negative and the positive. No, I got it right.
You got
It's-
pants down.
I got-
I'm excited by that.
You know, it's a dinoflagellate. I think it can handle it. Here. It's a party hat and a pair of pants. Live on the scanning electron microscope. Okay.
Where is Mama Bonbon?
I do not know where Mama Bonbon is. All right. I wonder if I can...
Anna says healthy marine water should not have a lot of dinoflagellates.
Yes, well, when I sampled this, there was our kind of dino blooms going on along the coast. It kind of started in the south and was moving north. And they're not, well, it wasn't a heavy bloom. It was heavy enough to bring this many with me to Indiana. So,
What do you find in a healthy environment in the marine realm, Anna? If not dinoflagellates,
if not, then what?
that's what I'm asking. Diatoms, that's what I thought you were going to say. That's how I feel about them too.
All right, so beam intensity, we're going to go beam intensity 7.
Oh, we didn't have a 10 to 11.
What?
We have a 9 to 10, right? This is the bottom.
Yeah,
I did get it right. I thought I was off by 1.
no, I don't think so.
I thought we had a 10 to 11 out there. I guess I wasn't looking at the numbers.
All right, speed
I
7.
got it perfect.
Well, of course. I wouldn't expect anything less.
First try, perfect guess.
It's kind of cool.
I am a professional.
Yep. All right. I just want to see. Yeah, I'll take it. There we go.
Professional, it smells terrible.
Never said it was going to smell good. That wasn't part of the... There's some on the table edge.
Oh yeah.
It gets everywhere.
Just leaving a little bit for Anna. For Mallory. That'll teach him. Come in my lab.
All right.
Smelling like the devil.
Diatoms. Yeah. Well, there we go. It's pretty cool.
I was just going to use T-A-N-G, Tang.
Except that doesn't work. That would be bad.
That is the only lab in the world where I can't use Tang as the code because Tanganyika is what that is all over and all of my Tanganyika
Yeah.
are labeled Tang.
Yeah, don't confuse these with that.
I don't think I would.
You don't think so?
I can guarantee you I can tell you the diatoms in here aren't the same as the ones I would find in Africa.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in here yet, but it's not those.
It's not those?
I know what it isn't.
Yeah. You want to show people the cool subsampling that you did?
I'm not quite done with it.
Oh,
I still have these.
There's those 3.
The ones that came off the ground.
Yes.
I think I want to
Hmm. So yeah, Proto-Peridinium. This is another dinoflagellate, and we're seeing it from the backside with its pants down.
Oh my goodness.
I know. So
We're gonna have to take off the family friendly tag.
this is the part that always reminds me of a party hat. It's pointed at the top. This is the cingulum. It's like a belt groove going around the middle. And there's a flagella that would wrap around inside of that groove. Hey, Shadowfax. And then this here, to me, always looks like a pair of pants. And so what we can't see is on the other side, right here, there's a sulcus or a groove, and that's where a flagella comes out. I am so excited we found one of these.
I'm just surprised we found any.
And we found so many.
You always send me samples, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna do some where we don't process it so I can find a bunch of dinoflagellates, and I never find any dinoflagellates.
I just had to bring them personally. I was saving all my dinoflagellates for when I could come in person.
KP Rome says it looks like Patrick Star.
Yeah, it kind of does, huh?
Needs to be pink.
I guess when you colorize it. Right?
Yeah.
You work
I'll
your...
see if I can find a square diatom to stick in the corner, and I'll color it yellow.
All right. Speed.
Uh-oh.
What?
Shadowfax redeemed Mustachio.
Oh, are we going to mustachio it?
I feel like you have to now.
I do. You want this, you want Patrick mustachioed. Well, I need your help and assistance for the mustachioing. All right, so I'm going to...
Get the
Yeah.
brightness and contrast settled out. I feel like that needs to happen.
Yes. I was just going to zoom out and cruise around. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so I think the mustachio, if I remember right. Hold on.
Just have to unlock it and turn the eyeball on.
Mustachioed.
There, and then just resize it.
All right. How about that? Give it eyes. Don't have eyes.
We
Do
don't
we
have eyes.
eyes?
We only mustache.
No eyes.
Only mustaches. If
Can't
it
help
doesn't
it.
have eyes, that's too bad. But those little bumps that are up at the top look a little bit like they could up at the top on the organism. They come down from the cone. There's tiny little side bumps.
Side bumps.
Yeah, where the plates are basically
Mm.
sticking out. Those look like they could be eyes.
These could be eyes.
Yeah. Shadowfax says it looks good.
Looks good. You're happy, Shadowfax?
They paid their points for that.
They
so-
did. Are you happy? Do you want to see like? I mean, we can give it like the little mustache treatment. Just
Oh yeah.
you know. I mean,
Oh,
that's
nice.
it's kind of nice too,
Yeah.
right?
A petite mustache.
Petite mustache, and then we can like, move it up just a
Oh yeah.
tiny bit.
TP, we were gonna add googly eyes. I have that as a plan in the future to add googly eyes. I needed to get a gift that would actually make the eyes,
I made a googly eyes thing for you,
But-
but it's of you,
but not for like I can
not
stick on
that
here.
you can stick on there.
Right. Is that a paper towel with a mustache? Close.
Mustaches. Oh, there's the googly eyes. So close. I can't grab them and move them. Thank you for the googly eyes, Shadowfax.
If only we could move them around.
I know. That would be fun. Okay. So I am going to wink out the mustache. And lock it. Oh, sorry. Put it back on in case some eyes drift in the right way. No? Okay. There we go. Moustache gone.
That's a lot of eyes.
That was a lot of eyes. I'm starting to learn my way around your computer.
Yeah.
Just the tiniest bit. Okay.
It was a good effort.
Ooh, who are you?
What'd you find us?
Just a triangle one.
Triangle diatom?
Yeah, well, it's Licmophora, Licmorpha?
Licmophora.
Licmophora. I don't think, have we gotten a picture of one of these yet? I don't remember.
Well, I did give you all of my pictures that you...
I know.
I would say no.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a weird diatom.
Isn't it cool? They make
look
these
really
fans.
Cool. Like, yeah, in live samples, they look really cool. And then
There's a foot pole up here.
they're like super delicate, so when you process them, they just destroy it.
Yeah. But there's a foot pole up here.
A foot pole, yeah.
A foot pole.
You have your football in the air.
Yep. So I need to get my foot pole on the ground.
Do you?
I think so.
You could probably just flip that picture over and post, you know.
I could.
I mean,
But I can do it on an angle, right? Wouldn't that give us a more diatom? It's like 45.
I'm never going to complain about that.
More diatoms, okay?
Let's see.
God, moves. Just scary.
Disney Dad.
Disney
Bunch of
Dad.
eyeballs. One single eyes, I think. And then he said it's a Dorito.
It's like a Dorito diatom, more like a pizza wedge. But it's like if the pizza? The pizza was really wide.
Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds delicious.
It does, doesn't it? Pizza. We're having
is this
pizza.
for Ant-Man Quantumania shooting happened? I don't think so. We're not in Ant-Man's super small universe.
No.
Okay.
Too much.
Here's what we have for your core.
Look at that.
And then I have one more sample I'm not done with yet.
Oh my gosh. These are really cool. So cool.
From the very bottom of the core. And I'm out of little vials, so...
I can smell them.
Yeah. It's on my hand. I can smell them too.
Mine too.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
I'll get one vial.
I'll be here.
And I'm going to take these
Vials.
towels
Okay.
sample and put it into the trash.
All right. Beam intensity 7.
Hold down the fork.
You know, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
I can hold down the fort. This is so much fun. I'm having so much fun here. I really shouldn't be allowed to have this much fun. Do you ever feel guilty when you have too much fun? It's kind of like that. Okay. Right about there. Let's see. Oh, that's much better. See, there's a little foot pole. Let's see. All right. I feel like I want to go in closer to focus it better. Maybe right here. No. Let's see. Just zoom way in, and then I'm going to focus it, and I don't have chat open, so I'm so sorry. And I'm going to try and get this a little bit out. I think that's probably as good as it's going to get. And a tiny bit. Let's see. It's a new diatom. It's not a new diatom. I see these in live samples. They're actually really cool in live samples. So let me get this first because I can talk while it does its thing. So speed 7. Beam intensity 7. All right, so it's going to go really slowly, and I'm going to auto brightness and contrast. So I asked the machine, why did it go so fast? Beam intensity 7. Usually it takes a lot longer. Speed 7. Huh. Cool. All right, then I'm going to take a picture, and we'll see what happens. I did do auto brightness, right? I think I did. Yep, it's just going really quickly. Okay, I'll take a picture. And while it's taking a picture, I can go back to OBS because now I know where to go to get it. And I can watch it draw with you. Mustachioed, locked. There we go. All right, sounds like she's been doing this for years. Thanks, Headshot Specialist. I am just so excited to be here, and it's been like an intensive few days. Definitely not enough time. I really want more time. It just doesn't work out for me to have any more time right now, and I appreciate the access I've gotten here. It's just so spectacular what I've been able to do in the streaming. Aw, you rated the channel. Oh my goodness. Woo! Sherazad, thank you so much for rating. Welcome, raiders. Wow. Oh my word. Okay, so I am not Diatoms Attack. Diatoms Attack is out of the lab for just a minute. My name's Pacific Plankton, and I usually stream live plankton from a light microscope. But for a few days, I've come to the dark side, and I am here in Indiana at Diatoms Attack's lab. And I'm using their scanning electron microscope right now to look at diatoms and dinoflagellates from San Francisco Bay. I brought them with me all the way to Indiana. It's so cool. And I really appreciate you bringing your viewers here. So welcome. Usually there's a guy here with a beard. And, oh, there he comes. We got raided. There's like...
What?
Yeah. I was just going to do the shout out, and I'm like...
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm described as a guy with a beard. I like it.
Yes. Well, you are. Right?
That's accurate.
It is. I was trying to be accurate. Wait. Yes. I'm getting there. And I do the shout out because, ha, I did it. Oh, it says you did it and I did it. Haha, because this is your stream. I see.
did.
I did. So that's Diatom's attack. Wait.
Hi.
Wait, where is he? There he is.
Just my beard.
There's the beard. So welcome. Hey, Velazi. I'm going to do shout outs because I need to save the
Just
picture.
type Evo
Evo. Okay.
with the exclamation point in the front.
Here's a shout out for Iwalazi. Welcome. So cool to have everybody here. This is actual plankton. Yes, and I am Pacific Plankton. And
It's actually from the Pacific.
I'm actually, yeah, and this is from the Pacific, and I came from the
Nothing
Pacific
is
coast.
impossible.
Whoa.
Not if you can imagine it.
Danko has joined the Diatom army.
Oh, news.
Newt.
Good news, everyone.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I need to close this for a second. Not close it, just minimize. Otherwise I stop the stream.
Good news,
Would not be good.
everyone.
All right, I'm gonna save this. Bye, everybody.
Oops.
That's a good kind of oops, though.
Good news,
You can always start it
everyone.
up again, right? No?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess it feels like if we feel like continuing streaming, I guess sure.
Good news, everyone.
Look at this.
What? Show me.
Oh.
Oh.
And just like that, the stream ended. Yeah, right.
No, I didn't do it.
I know.
Good
Okay.
news, everyone.
It's like working on someone else's computer always feels... It's like cooking in someone else's kitchen.
A lot like
Pay Maori
Because
salary.
you understand basically how everything works. It's just nothing is where you would normally keep it.
Imagine if you were cooking in somebody else's kitchen, and then you
Good
were like,
news,
"You know what?
everyone.
We should add a new counter over here, and maybe take and get some new appliances for the new counter.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? And what if we get a bunch of modifications for your computer?
Yeah?
Good
Yeah.
news,
Ethan
everyone.
says, what do you do with the plankton?
I take pictures and me in San Francisco. I take pictures, videos. I post them online, but I mostly donate them to local National Marine Sanctuary to use in their education programs. So, because I think it's not just amazingly cool, but really beautiful too.
I just dunk them in acid.
That's what he does with them. Like literally, like really strong acid too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
strong acid.
strong acid.
Not that stuff that your stomach makes.
Not. So here's a question: Why do you sometimes use nitric acid and sometimes hydrogen peroxide?
Nitric acid is much stronger. And so if there's a lot of organic matter,
Mm-hmm.
always use nitric.
Okay.
So your samples come to us with a bunch of plankton, zooplankton, and sometimes plant debris and whatever
Yeah.
else in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get rid of all that.
Okay.
So for the samples, so you're looking at unprocessed samples right now on the SEM.
Yes.
And that's what it would look like if we didn't have any processing done. But if I just want to look at the diatoms and I want everything to be clean, which is the way I usually want things, then we would put it into nitric acid. The other thing is it actually works a lot faster because we boil it in acid. We actually turn the heat up to speed up the digestion process. But if you were to put it in the hydrogen peroxide, you could also speed that up. by heating it up as well. So we could have that work just as easily, but the hydrogen peroxide is actually an exothermic reaction, so it speeds itself up a little bit.
Okay, so for the non-science folk, exothermic.
Exo means out or up, and thermic means temperature. So it turns the temperature goes up as the reaction occurs, so it gives off heat, basically. And because it gives off heat, and then the heat speeds up the reaction, then it gives off more heat, and then it gives off, speeds up the reaction even faster, it tends to run away. So if there's a lot of organic matter and you put it in hydrogen peroxide, it usually explodes, like out of the vial. And it will actually melt plastic. So that's why we use glass vials instead of plastic vials, because it will speed up so fast it will melt the plastic that the containers are in.
You don't mess around.
I don't. So that's why
It's very serious.
usually just go ahead and stick it into nitric if it has a lot, so that we don't have a crazy reaction like that. Samples that come from lakes, usually we use hydrogen peroxide because the hydrogen peroxide is more traditionally, we leave it in there for weeks and put it in the sample, and we just let it sit in the hood and digest very slowly over, like I said, a matter of a week or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, until it stops reacting, basically. So, but it tends to run away if there's a lot of organic matter present, and so we usually just switch to nitric and then heat it. And nitric acid is, when it reacts with the process, is not exothermic, so it doesn't create these crazy runaway reactions and get out of control typically. Hello, Mallory.
Hello. We're streaming.
She's just letting you know so you don't pick your nose. Can you hold all these at once? Or do you need a tray? Oh, you can just take better in this section. You're going back to the left, right? You can if you want.
Why is it black?
It's made out of demon blood?
Yes. That's the kind of sample I collect.
No. Well, maybe.
There could be. We don't know yet.
It's the blood of demons. It also smells like it.
I pulled it from the bottom of the lake just for us.
It's very sulfuric.
Yes.
No, you can take that with you as well. You can. I might have gotten a little stuff on it that you can clean off if you want.
You want that?
Well, you don't need to take all of it. That's good enough. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
She's going to get them started in nitric acid for us.
Thank you, Mallory.
And then I'm going to take them off when we're done streaming or later today after a couple of hours so that Mallory doesn't have to wait around until it's done. So now would be a good time for me to get my computer.
Oh, yeah.
And then I can sit here next to you instead of looking on my phone.
Yeah.
Hold down the chat. So
Hold down the chat.
hold down the chat while I'm gone.
I've not been looking at the chat.
I know.
I'll bring chat back when I find something cool. Hey, chat. Hold on. I'm coming. I thought he was watching the chat. See? All right. Hold on. There I am. Okay. Let's see. What did I miss? What did I miss? Let me go back up here. All right. A lot of good news. What do you do with the plankton? Yep. Went over that. Share your social media. Oh, yes. So I am Pacific Plankton on Instagram and Pacific Plankton on Twitter and Pacific Plankton on Twitch. Normally I stream Pacific time from 9 to 11 p.m. because that's when it's the quietest in my science fort, and even then it's not that quiet. So that's mine. I have a Discord. It's out there. I'll try and put a link into Diatoms Attacks Discord. He has, let's see. Oops, I think he has a Discord that I hopefully just posted a link to. Nope, I didn't spell it right. I actually... Dell! Hey, Dell! I'm here! Look! I'm in the lab! Sorry, very excited. It's just so cool to be here. Okay. Let's see if I can do this right. There we go. Typing and talking. Ha! There you go. So now you can join the Discord. I like to hang out in Diatoms Attacks Discord. He's got lots of friendly people in there, so it's not super busy. So, and you should check out Dell, because here's because Dell's awesome. He's another microscope streamer, and he does freshwater. So I'm the salty fish. I'm the salty water person. So I look at marine plankton, zooplankton, phytoplankton, right? The animal plankton and the plant-like plankton, and it's I am the salty tier, sweet. And then I am the light to Diatoms attack. Well, he's in the other room right now. To his dark side. So right now we're using his scanning electron microscope. Sarah Holcomb, hey! I am just going really slowly. Aw, thank you, Dell. Thank you for that. Okay, I am... Nushka Swamp, then it boils out of the jar. Okay. I'll let Diatoms attack catch up. See? Light, dark, salty, sweet, they're all there. It's so much fun. So this is an unprocessed sample, and I can't control it on Discord, so I have to switch back. And when I switch back, I can't see chat. So hold on. Here we go. There we go. I want to find something that I can take a picture of, and then I can slow down. I can try and slow down. I'm just so excited being here. Everything's going by way too fast. And I think if I slow down, I'm going to miss something. So I've had the opportunity. Oh, look at this here. Although we've taken pictures of that one before. Maybe I can zoom in on it. Guess who's here?
Who's here?
Who's here? Dell's here, and Sarah Holcomb's here.
Oh, wow.
I know, the gang's all here. You got to catch up on chat.
Well,
Because
I
I'm
have it
not,
open.
I'm not doing very good. I'm not.
Not good at doing everything at once?
I'm not familiar enough with this to bounce back and forth the way
Mhm.
you do.
Okay.
You do it so much better.
Well, it's an acquired skill.
Definitely.
Let's see.
Look at that.
Well, we have a bunch of people that followed.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
they must have came in with the raid. I think
Thank you,
that's what
raiders.
Those were them, because there was a bunch of follow sounds and stuff for a while there.
Nice.
I see you tried to type Discord.
I did, but
You got
I
a
did
Dell
get
shout
it.
out,
I did.
and
I was working on it.
it's alright.
I'm getting there.
Can't moderate and run a channel.
And
run the SEM.
I don't have the number of hours of experience with the SEM to be.
That's weird.
No, it's not weird. It's because I've only been here a couple of days.
Did you answer this question about
Which
will
one?
microbes be able to adjust fast enough to the oceans as more carbonic acid becomes present? or
No,
will-
I did not.
That's a question for you.
That's a question for me.
Sure. Isn't
It
it?
depends on how fast the change is. And there's always going to be winners and losers in the different systems.
It's true.
So, yeah, I'd rather not find out the hard way.
Lugan Lo says, is this a scanning electron microscope, right? Or this is a scanning electron microscope,
It
right?
is, right?
And Sightquill says, these photos are so cool. We need one of these for the Discord pics, guys. Need one of this. Oh, the one that you had, I guess, for the
Oh.
Discord pictures. I guess they
Good
wanted it.
news, everyone.
Okay.
And
He's going to
then-
have all of them.
Yeah, I'll have the pictures, and then we'll post them into the Discord, and or I'll colorize some of them and put them on Instagram, and some of those will also
Oh,
make it back
nice.
into the Discord. So
Okay.
depends on how nice they look. So
Yeah. Oh, should we do the stigmation thing?
probably. Hang on, I gotta
Okay.
catch up.
You catch up.
Sarah says, "Oh my God, dual stream, two amazing folks in the same place." And then
So much fun.
Lugan Lo says, "What are the grains that are in the surface?" I think they mean in the background.
So this is the unprocessed sample, so it's debris. It's everything from like little bits of sandy, clayey, other pieces of organisms, pieces of diatoms, just all kinds of stuff. Ooh, we don't have a picture of this tintinid. or that dinoflagellate.
Del says he just put up a video about a rotifer on TikTok.
Ooh,
And
look at that.
Sarah
See?
says, "I'm so excited to see you in the stream."
It's really fun to be here in the stream. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Sure. Of course. Let's see. Wrote it for dance number on TikTok. There's a lot of what is that.
There's
Sorry,
a lot.
Lugon Low, they don't know, like keeping up with the chat and not being able to see what they're doing while you're running the SCM is hard, which is why I should be sitting here, but I wasn't. Ketocerus, Anna said, so it must have been back then.
Ooh.
Let's see. We got some more follows from somebody named Kid DeMuro. Anna says, I'm confused. I think I need to stop working. I'm trying to ID a star anise at the moment. What if I got the genus wrong on that one too? I don't know.
Well, you can always put what you think today and then look at it with fresh eyes tomorrow.
That's a good point.
Because then tomorrow you might go, huh, what was I thinking? Or, wow, I
Okay.
am so good.
I'm caught up for the most part.
You are.
They're asking Del about his poetry, so I feel like,
Okay.
you can read Vogon poetry at them, and we will...
It's not Vogon poetry.
I don't know. Maybe it is.
I don't think so.
We can do the wibble.
And they don't fall over.
The weeble.
Wobble.
Zoom in on
Um,
some particle that we could easily identify. It doesn't have to be anything in particular.
How about that one?
That's fine. Keep going. Zoom. Keep going. And put one of those little black dots in the middle. And then hit the buttons that's got the W with the wiggles around it.
This
Right there.
one?
Yeah, that one. And then hit next.
There's a wizard.
Oh, see how it's wobbling?
Yeah.
We need
It's
to
like-
make it not wobble.
We do.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
On your console, one of those says X and one of them says Y. That's the X direction.
This is
So
the X direction.
Turn the X one. What happened?
What?
We got another raid.
We got
Party
a
of
raid?
5 from Zachep.
Woo! So you,
Welcome in, people.
this button?
Yeah, turn it.
Turn it. Does
It should get less wobbly if you turn it the right direction and more wobbly if you turn it the wrong direction.
So I don't actually know if it's getting better or worse. I can't tell.
It's wobbling a lot.
It's wobbling a lot. It's like wobbling so much. It's hard to
It
tell.
seems like worse.
Seems like worse? Okay. So it's like got significant. Is that better?
It's getting better, I think.
Okay. Now it's just going in circles.
It's going like, but it's not going all the way across the screen.
True.
So keep going. We need to stop wobbling.
Can they see the wobble? What?
Yeah, they can see it. You can see it. Now it's just pulsing. You see that? It's sitting in the corner, but it's just sitting there. You can actually move that little window.
Oh, I can. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it'll get rid of the crosshair, but you can move it. Put it back in, put it all the way in the middle of that. So now it's doing a little bit of up and down motion, and that's because you can control X or you can control Y, and when you get X in control, then Y is the one that starts to look like it's not going in the right direction.
And
So now
that's
you need to
this one.
fix the Y. Now it's getting worse.
This is the first time I fixed a wobble.
Yeah. It's close. Now it looks like it's more or less just pulsing, right?
I think so.
So the reason it's doing that is it's taking the image a little bit out of focus up and down.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you said you were focusing and then it was going
It was
out of
moving,
focus?
yeah.
Because when it's the wobble's not set right, what happens is when you focus, it's moving the stage up and down just a little bit. And when it takes it out of focus, it takes it out of focus sideways because it's not aligned. Now it's aligned. And so instead of getting a wobble, you've got it basically dead on. So the beam is now coming and it's going where it thinks the beam is supposed to be. And so now when you focus, it's just sitting there pulsing
Hey,
in the middle of the
Maui
screen instead of
Sally.
moving up and down or left and right or in a circle. It was actually going mostly left and right, but it was actually going a little up and down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now it's just sitting there.
Okay.
Oh, we got the gift sub.
Oh.
Subscription. It's hypnotizing, yeah. The wibble wobble.
The wibble wobble. So
The
then
wibble wobbling
I
is
finish?
stop wobbling, just hit finish.
Okay.
And now your image will gradually get a little bit easier to control. So when you focus, you'll have to focus it, but you can
Yeah.
actually get it to focus a little bit better now.
So, and then the stigmation, is that the stigmation? Like, what's that?
We need to do something else for the stigmation, but this isn't a good target for the stigmation. This is
Okay.
just basically, now we've got it mostly in alignment.
Okay.
And you're so zoomed in, but you're still at beam intensity 10, right? So
Yeah.
this is just going to give us, it's like basically step one into putting glasses on our machine. We've actually got the beam focused on the lens effectively, if you think of it like light. So it's like we've corrected the vision. So it was having some, it was slightly like nearsighted or farsighted, except for it only has X and Y.
Yeah.
So,
Good
but it was
news,
like
everyone.
X and Y sighted, and we fixed that.
Yes.
Or actually, I guess it was Y-sided, and we fixed the X-sided, right? So now it's clear. So, but it can still be astigmated, which is the shape of the image, right? So like astigmation is like things that are round look like they're oval, right? And if it's oval like this, there's a little bit of an X and a Y component again, so we're going to actually put lenses on it to make that go back to a circle.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah?
So we
That's-
need to find something like a diatom.
Yeah, I like to look at things like Kerbera. They have a bunch of little dots next to each other so that I can make them a perfect shape that I know, and also
Okay.
I can finally focus on it.
So we should go to a cleaned sample for that. But I want to take a picture of
you
this.
can go ahead and take pictures. The thing is, we only need that when we're super close. So astigmation doesn't have any influence when you're really far away from it like we are. So our
Really
magnification
far
right
away.
now- well, we're only 3,000 times magnification. So
It's only 3,000 times. All right.
Um,
Beam intensity 7.
So at 3,000 times magnification, the stigmation is not important.
Scan speed 7.
It will make your image, I mean, it can't make your image blurry enough, basically, because we're so far away that all of the image is in focus. And when you start to get closer, then it has this problem where basically you're looking at some things and you're trying to find the details. And so if it's a slightly oval shape and it's supposed to be a circle, you'd never know from out here, right?
I would not know from out here.
Same thing would happen if we would do the wobble, but we were looking at the wobble from out here instead of zooming in really closely. You could get it so it stops wobbling.
Hey,
out here, but the
Maui,
closer you
Sowie.
get, the better the wobble is. So if you were looking at that little dot and going, oh, it could be a little bit better. Oh, it's another gift subscription.
Oh my goodness.
Sarah Hulkman is
Sarah Hookham.
giving out a
Well,
a
it's still
sub to
September, right?
Select Clothes.
It's
It
still
is,
September.
for a few days.
I know. I made it here for September
He's here.
so that you can get subs on your channel. All right, I did
That's
the
great.
brightness.
You still haven't, by the way, caught up with me and the followers. I thought we
No,
were going to
I
have
haven't.
that, where you were
I
going to get a
haven't.
bunch of followers. So you should
Hey,
follow
Maui,
Pacific Plankton if you're
Sowie.
following me as well.
Thank you.
And then double follow her.
I'll be
Make
back.
a separate
You
account
can't
and
do
then
that.
follow her again.
Can't do
So
that.
she-
Hey,
It's fine.
Maui,
It's fine.
Sowie.
I want real followers.
Well,
Just-
they could just watch it on 2 computers at once.
Nah,
One with
I'm
each eye.
good. Look at that. I think that, speaking of going in really close,
Hmm
you see what that is?
It's round and
It's
it's
round,
white, and it
and
looks
it's
like
white.
it's maybe calcareous.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's supposed to look.
I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
I don't know. I think it might be a little clump of cysts or something. I want to
Oh.
look at it really close.
Okay.
Really closely.
There's a hype train that started.
You got a hype train
I
going?
know, I almost never get hype trains. There's all kinds of
Man.
stuff going on.
I should come visit more often.
Yeah.
I just have to fly
Fine
to
with me.
Indiana.
Fly to Indiana. I don't care. We've had a guest room. You could stay there, you know.
Now you tell me.
Well, you know,
I could have been strange.
you could have been strange.
I could have been strange.
Yeah. She didn't want to tell me she liked key lime pie in advance, so I feel like probably staying in my house. I would need to know whether they like key lime pie before they stay in my house, basically. So
So that would be question what? 6?
I don't know where that
Hey,
goes.
Where that
Maui,
question
Somewhere,
lands.
somewhere way down the line.
I finally got to the question.
Well, Sarah's just giving out gift subs all over the place.
Left and
Sarah,
right.
you're crazy. What are you doing? This is like 4 gift subs in a row she's
Oh my
handed out.
goodness.
She's just like in here blowing up my hype train.
Wow. So this is a tintinid. So we see a lot of tintinids, but this is a different tintinid than we typically see. It's a
Well, it's like,
long, narrow tintinid.
It looks like a vase.
It does.
Yeah, it's vase shaped.
It has a lovely lorica. And I still haven't seen the ones that look like the little, where did we see
Wine
them?
glass?
No, like
We
they're...
haven't seen that dino.
No, the
Oh,
one...
the Tintinids?
The tintinid, it looks like a pacifier or a
Mhm.
hat with a flange. It has a wide
I haven't
flange.
seen that one.
No, see, there's stuff left to see. There's so much
Yeah.
to see.
Now you can watch the stream without the ads, and you can spam all these cool emotes that I have.
So many
The
cool emotes.
Cool emotes that are in here. We got good emotes.
Good
Oh, yeah.
news,
And,
everyone.
You know, I would actually want to point out that all the emotes that we have in the channel are probably actually a result of Sarah Holcomb again, because when I first started streaming, she came in and she just blasted my channel with like 50 subs.
That's so
and then
cool.
I had all these extra emotes as a result
Wow.
of that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And that's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
And so probably the reason I have so many cool emotes, even to begin with, is Sarah's responsibility there. So just you know, take responsibility, Sarah, for all the crazy things that I do.
All right. I'm curious. Ugh, speed.
Oh, Slight Quills wants to know, why does it look like it has grains of something on its surface?
On the tintinid?
Yeah.
So it has, a tintinid is it's a organism, it's a single cell organism. And it has this outer protective coating. And some tintinids agglutinate, they glue things to this coating that they use to protect themselves. It's called a lorica. And the reason why it looks like there's little stuff stuck to it, it's because there's little stuff stuck to it, and that's how it makes it what it is.
It makes its skeleton by sticking junk to itself.
It does. It protects itself, kind of like an amoeba.
Armor.
Amoebas do that.
Yeah, we have some examples of testate amoeba.
Yeah.
And another stub.
I know. It's like,
We just have to push a button and we could see some of those.
see, look, they look like little.
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what it
I
is.
thought you were going to reveal to me.
Oh
like,
no,
some
I don't know what
fancy
it
thing,
is.
because you're like, it
I
doesn't look
think
like it's supposed to.
It
and I
doesn't
was
look like
well,
it's supposed to because I don't know what it is. Like, it doesn't look like what, and it's like, oh, it's got little lumps. Maybe it's a tiny little diatom, but it's not.
Maybe it's a coccolith.
I was thinking, oh, so how do we,
I got people for that.
you got people for
Just
that.
take a picture of it when it's in focus, and then
All right,
we'll show it to them.
not out. I want in.
I'm not sure what it is.
Neither
but it
am
looks
I.
like maybe it's a coccolith.
That would be cool. I think that would be my first coccolith. My very first coccolithophore. Okay.
It looks like little plates, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
I don't know what that is.
I don't
Actually,
know.
it looks like a bunch of those little things we found inside the...
That's like maybe they're oomycetes. Oomycetes?
maybe.
Right? The little spores of.
It looks like those, actually.
It could be. All
It looks
right.
a lot like those, now that we're a little closer.
All right. So I would. Oh, I'm still at beam intensity 7. So if I wanted it to be sharper, I would take the beam intensity lower.
Yeah,
Right. So I could go to like 6 or
Yeah.
5,
yeah.
and then
Slow the speed down.
yeah. So 6, and I'm in the right place. Did you see the little pop-up window?
What'd it say?
It said something about the beam intensity.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh. All right, and speed. Let's see.
That is really small, though. Those are a lot smaller than the things that we saw.
They
have
do.
a similar shape, but they're a lot smaller.
Let's see.
Well, there's one thing I can say with confidence, not a diatom.
I know, it's not a diatom. This is not the diatom you were looking for.
Oh, Adele posted the TikTok video that he put on
Oh, yeah?
into the Discord. So if you're interested in seeing his
I am
TikTok
interested.
video, you can check it out.
So
I don't have TikTok.
You don't have TikTok?
Mm-mm.
You don't.
Don't use it.
Really?
I hear it's a great platform for making fun of politicians, so maybe I should invest in it.
You know, you could also do your classes in TikTok segments. And then, yeah, you could do a TikTok for each genera. It would be like the diatoms attack,
TikTok attack.
TikTok attack,
Diatoms a tic-tac. TikTok.
TikTok attack.
TikTok attack.
So how do I get it? It's
Lugon
not.
Low says, do I play Minecraft? my daughter plays Minecraft, and then I play Minecraft when she plays sometimes. But more recently, we started playing Valheim. And
That's fun.
Pacific and I play Valheim together quite frequently when she has her computer that plays games.
Well,
which she
so I'm
doesn't right now.
traveling. I travel light. I do, and I haven't had time because I would rather be doing this
Yeah.
right now.
It's true.
I would.
But I haven't played the Minecraft. I haven't played in a while because they had a whole update with like the caves and whatever update, and I never did that. So my daughter's played it since then, though.
So what can I do to make it sharper?
Focus it. Did you try focusing
I
it?
did try focusing it.
Oh.
Maybe not enough. There we go. That's a little better.
It's a lot better. And then yeah, just
So beam intensity 6.
yeah, speed
and
8.
Speed 8. And auto brightness.
Yeah,
And then we'll take a picture. And
Yeah.
then I can talk and chat too.
yeah, that's how we roll. Let's see. Oh, Del says it was a YouTube link.
Oh, it was a YouTube link?
Yeah.
Nice.
He said his video almost went viral.
Wow.
He has one that went to 50,000 views. Says it wasn't science related though.
Oh, that's okay. Was it fun related?
I guess we'll have to watch.
We will.
Only we can find out by clicking the link.
Click the link.
Yeah.
Better click it.
Very fun, but not safe for work.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
We definitely shouldn't be like streaming it then.
No. This is a safe for work.
Yeah, we're at work. Well, I'm at work,
He's at work.
technically.
I'm at play.
My work is a little bit like play.
If you're lucky, your work is like play. I mean, not you personally, I meant in general. People are lucky if their work is like play. I feel.
Oh, Sam ran my Actinopithecus through a denoiser.
Ooh.
I think he has topaz.
Mm.
And he sent me a picture of it. But he says he's not sure it improved the subject, but it got rid of the noise in the background.
Nice.
Slightly. I used some sort of denoiser for that from Lightroom.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't, it probably would be better if I bought the topaz tools, but I still haven't done that, Sam. So thanks for running it through that, though.
Very
It's
cool.
on my to-do list. I keep thinking I need to get it, so.
Yeah.
He posted it in the general science section.
Very cool. I will check it out. When I'm sitting at the airport.
Right. On your way.
As long as I make it in time for the plane.
So the other day, in the channel we had Pingaline,
Uh-huh.
and I added them to the microscope streamers. I don't know if we
Nice.
gave them a shout out because I don't know if I was paying attention enough. But also another person. So while Del is here, I'm just going to go ahead and send out a link for. I know we already shouted out Del, but people who are here, if you're interested in microscope streamers, I made a list for you, and you can just go right down the list and follow all those people because they're all really great. And Porcelain Giant, that's the person who was here in the channel.
Oh.
And they said, oh, they just bought a microscope, and
Yes.
they started streaming from their microscope as
So
well.
cool.
So, so that's a good list. That's got Pacific, obviously, and Adele, who's here in the follow marathon. Yeah, do it. Spider ID, who rated us a couple of days ago. OpenSet, who was a guest on.
Oh, that's right.
On
Mind of a
still looks
snail.
little
I know, it
fuzzy.
does, doesn't it?
We need to fix it.
Okay, we'll fix it. Should I
Well,
s-
you can just leave this picture go and then
Really?
we'll fix it. Well, you can take it and I can try to fix it.
Okay.
We need a stigmate, I think, is the issue because we're kind of close.
We're kind of close.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to stop it.
Okay.
I'm going to use
Hit the brakes.
I'm hitting the brakes.
Pump the brakes.
I'm pumping the brakes. I'm bumping them hard right now. All right. I'm going to zoom out.
It used to be a very short list, and I actually had to take some people off of it because I haven't seen a Tiny World stream in a really long time into Twitch.
No.
But really, a Tiny World was sort of like got us all going early on, sort of a pioneer, and Freckled Science and sort of a Tiny World are like the two original kind of
It's moving.
putting microscope streamers on. What are we doing? Oh, we
No,
want to
I
look
was
at
just.
diatoms?
Well, yeah, it was. Yes.
Okay.
But I figured for the stigmation, it would make more sense to have a
Yeah.
clean sample.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it. Which one do we choose?
I don't know.
There's so many.
Fizeria also sings music, and then sometimes she pulls out a microscope and shocks everybody by looking
Doing
through some samples.
Science things.
Line Wizard I saw on like earlier this month. They were playing some of their own like music-y stuff in the background, and then they were doing some microscope stuff in the foreground.
Nice.
Protozoan Princess is
She's an
also
artist.
an artist.
Yeah.
So she does a lot of like microscopic art and also looks at stuff in the microscope. Jolkson is on all the time, still hangs out, usually does these sort of marathon long streams where he has organisms on his microscope and does streamings. He doesn't talk very much, but he's there. Nid shows up in the channel every once in a while. Haven't seen Nid do any streaming in a bit, but also from his microscope occasionally. And then Pangolin. I feel like there's a nice giant list right there.
It's a good list.
Yeah. So Tiny World isn't on Twitch anymore. Yeah, I think she got upset with the amount of money that Twitch was taking out of her viewers, which is a reasonable thing to move to a different platform for. But she's also doing a lot of podcasts, and I heard she got a job doing something.
Oh, yeah.
And also she just proposed to her partner.
Aww.
Yeah. Just like yesterday, or the day before.
Oh, wow.
And they said yes, so she's gonna get married. They've moved to PEI, and she had her first stuff that she looked at from marine water. So and she had some stuff up on Twitter about it. So needs fixing. Are we ready to fix it?
I'd like to fix it.
Get it as close as we can to focused, which might be difficult if we can't tell.
Maybe I need a different diatom.
No, this is a good diatom.
I thought it would be, but I'm not, like... Maybe...
It's getting closer. Whatever you're doing.
I think that's...
Is that as good as it's gonna get?
I think that's... It might not be the right diatom.
The right diatom for what?
For stigmating.
No, I think it'll be good.
Okay.
It just needs to be focused. We need to stigmate.
Let's do it.
All right.
What
Hit
do
the
I-
stigmation button up there. It says STG. It's got a little yellow cone.
This one.
Yeah. You'll need to make the little box.
Oh, this one you have to make the box for it.
Probably.
Okay.
You don't have to. It's probably a good idea. That's a good spot. Anywhere in there. So, and then you might want to change the beam intensity to 7 for now.
Oh, beam intensity,
Not speed 7.
not speed. Beam intensity,
Yeah.
7.
Just so it's a little bit brighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, make the speed like a 4. And then try to get that in focus. See if you can get it any better. Yeah. We're sort of at the limit.
Mm-hmm.
So when you click the stigmation button, now the X and Y controls in front of you. Sorry, when you clicked beam intensity, it went back to beam intensity, so you have to click the stigmation button again. Yeah. And then it's just like focus knob, except for X focus is one and Y focus is the other. So just go ahead and twist them until the picture gets better. What's the, in the middle, there's a thing that's a dial that has a value.
This
Does it
one?
say 6? Step 6?
Step 6?
Okay, that's probably good. You probably have to turn it off quite a bit. So
Okay. Just which way?
that's the question.
That is the question. All right. We'll go the other way.
This is the hard part of making the SCM work or look good. So that's getting worse.
Hmm.
You might also need to go back to the focus knob occasionally. So
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we do need to find a different diatom.
I think I need a different diatom.
Okay.
I think it's just...
If it's fuzzy, if it's got an organic coating on it still.
I mean, I went to stub. I'm on 3, so it should be the cleaned.
Yeah, but it may just have a
one.
little bit of
Yeah.
a layer over it.
Okay.
Internal views are usually the best anyway.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. In my opinion. Because you need to look at the curver.
All right. Let's find an internal view. That looks like an internal view.
Well, you can look at those little, that's an external view, but you can
Oh.
look at the photoportulus spines if you want, or
I could... Oh, wait. Who's that? That one.
give it a try. It looks like the one that I took a picture of yesterday with all the crazy little spines poking into it.
Except it doesn't have any spines.
Because we can't have it in focus.
Mm.
The green that's in the front's also not in focus. So that's a good thing to focus on. Yeah, now zoom in. Like way in.
Going in.
See, there's a little bit of clay on them, but
Yeah.
there's still those little spines there. So move down to one of the little, that one, yeah, where you can see the spines. The little part sticking in. And then just try to focus on that. I think it's going to be pretty close to focus right now. Yep. There you go. And then click the stigmation button if it's not already done. Put the little box around it. And then see if any of those controls make it look better or worse. See how it's kind of reshaping it?
It is. It's like it's drifting.
Yeah. There.
That's better.
It's pretty good. And that's it. That's stigmation. You went a little past it, it looks like. There.
That. That looks better.
It's as clean as it gets.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's my first stigmation.
There you go.
Woo! Okay. Zoom
So
out.
it still have some clays or whatever on the surface of it, but
Yeah.
But at least it's sharply in focus.
Gee, I wonder who rinsed that one.
I don't know. I didn't do any rinsing,
No.
so
Must have
Mallory.
been a novice.
Mallory.
No, it wasn't.
Definitely Mallory.
It wasn't Mallory. She wasn't in that day.
It was Mallory.
It was a novice. Let's see. What's that? Oh,
I feel like your samples were pretty clean after we did them. Maybe they could have gone through a couple more rinses, but
just need more time. Okay.
are we going to look at diatoms now?
We
Or
can
what
look
are
at
we doing?
We can look at
We can also go
amphora.
back if you want. It's just that you spent all of your time on
I
1 and 2.
know. It's because they're really cool.
Hmm.
With the dinoflagellates, we, like you said, haven't seen them.
Right.
So that was kind of
We've
cool.
seen all these boring diatoms before.
No, we haven't seen all of them before, I'm sure. 'Cause there's always something new to see in the diatoms.
It's a big pile of diatoms
It
right there.
is. God, I wonder who made this stub. She must not have known what she was doing.
Oh, did you make this stuff too? I can't take any of the heat off of you, I guess.
No, it's okay. I like to own my mistakes.
I don't think it's that bad, actually.
No,
It looks fine.
it was just a little clumpy.
That always happens. Like, the middle always ends up with a little bit more junk than the sides, and so it's actually like a gradient. And I usually hide that from people by mostly moving around the clumpy areas, so they don't notice.
They
that
don't
it's
notice.
clumpy. They don't notice the clumpiness.
So I'm just laying it all bare.
Because I just go around it. Like, oh, I see the clump coming on one side, and then I just go, like, around the clump.
It's the edge.
Yeah. And the edge usually gets a little clumpy, too.
All right, so I'm going to go to rotation. I'm going to go back to 0. And it's going to turn again. God, this still creeps me out. There it goes.
That's what happens. You told it to rotate.
I
All
know.
it did was listen.
I know. It listened really well. A microscope that does what you tell it.
Yeah. That rotation's the best part.
Okay. So, I'm here using the scanning electron microscope.
What's that thing in the middle?
I don't know. What is this thing in the
The
middle?
bright dot above there.
This?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
What'd you find?
A bright dot. A diatom.
Oh, it's the Laciocyra. It's just a standing up.
It is. It's on its edge.
It landed like, we flipped
With
the
its
coin and it landed on the edge.
Yeah.
Somehow.
That was nice. Well done.
Heads or tails, and it said nope.
All right. All right, I'm just going to poke around because I haven't
Sarah
looked at
says
this
she's
stuff yet.
getting in the car so she can't watch, so she's going to
Oh.
look.
Okay. Are you going to lurk? That's what she said? She's going to lurk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Anna said, you say the Laciocyra as if it's something distasteful.
Oh, no. It's just there's a lot of them in the sample. They're not distasteful at all. They're really cool. They're
She
little
says
newts.
they're the best diatoms in the world.
Really?
With an exclamation point.
With an exclamation point?
I disagree.
She's serious about her Thalassiocyra.
I don't think they're the best in the world.
I'm curious what this little pile is.
I haven't even named any of them yet.
Gotta hang out in the Pacific more. They got lots. Look at that.
Well, I got a message from
From,
Eleanor. She wants to know what her diatom is.
oh. Beam intensity. There we go. Beam intensity 7. Speed. Oh, we're going to stay here and I'm going to focus this.
I have no idea what her diatom is. I don't know why. They always think I just know all the diatoms.
Well, see, the thing
To
is,
species.
you do know a lot of diatoms.
Okay, but like Eunotia, like every Eunotia at a glance? No.
No,
No.
but they value your insight. The
I
thing
mean,
is,
I think Anna also thinks I know what every diatom is. She also just sends me pictures of things and like, what's this?
Yeah. But here's the thing. You've spent a lot of time perfecting this skill,
Yeah.
right? You
sure.
look at a lot of diatoms.
Sure.
There's a sensitivity and your ability to distinguish the subtle features is honed.
It's just shape analysis.
Yeah. But because you spend a lot of time looking at the shapes,
Yeah.
right? People value that.
I think what's even better is when I know something is new because I've never seen that diatom before. So Laura showed me something and she goes, I think this is Planethidium, and I was like, that's not a diatom I've ever seen. And she goes, oh, like in the microscope, and I'm like, no, in every book I own on every shelf that we have. I have never seen that diatom, and I've never seen it on any website. I've never seen it. And I can tell right away that's not something I've seen because I would have seen it and been like, this is weird. And then I would have figured it out, right?
Yeah.
So, but she showed it to me and I was like, I don't know what that is. Like, I know what genus it is, but I've never seen that species. So most of the species I've seen because I've looked through all the books, you know, like I leaf through the books.
Yeah.
And then I see things, and if it's a weird diatom, then I probably spent some time looking at it. And if it's a really weird diatom, and then she showed it to me, I was like, that's either new or it's super rare, because like I would know. I've seen that, you know. She's not working in, you know, South America for her course. She's looking at stuff from North America, and it's like, that's not a diatom from North America that anybody has seen as far as I'm aware. So like I could tell right away. And I think that freaks people out too, because it's like, it's not quite photographic memory, but I sort of feel like if I've seen it before, I've seen it before. Right?
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? When you leaf through the books, right? You're looking through them and you're building that
Yeah.
personal knowledge. And so when someone comes to you and says, "What is it?" It's like, "Well, you've done the work of looking through the books and figuring it out previously."
Yeah.
So sometimes when you tell someone, right, you take away that time they would have spent looking for it
Oh,
if
all
it's
the
something
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, I have more books than Anna does, so I think that's also what she's...
You know, if you had more books, right? I think that's on my list of things is get more books.
It helps. So Sarah says, great to see and catch both of you on. And Del says he's going to lurk.
Woo!
And then Sarah says, listen to this witty banner. exciting wild, and Mushroom Mentor says it makes their brain tingle.
Nice. See, now
We've given
that's
somebody tingly brain.
tingly brain.
I
That's
hope
a
they
good
didn't
thing.
accidentally hit an I when they meant to say tangle.
Yeah, because we could
Right.
do that too.
We don't want to tangle your brain. Moosey Fate wants to know, do you know how many new diatoms are discovered per year?
Ooh.
I don't know, but I suspect the number gets bigger every year. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that are just kind of going through new places all the time, cataloging new diatoms all the time. And it's gotten a little bit easier to describe diatoms. When I first started, you had to describe them in Latin. And I don't know Latin. So that was a barricade for me, and I was like, so I've got to hire somebody from the Latin department to translate my gobbledygook English into gobbledygook Latin so that it can
Wow.
get published? Yes.
Wow.
You
So
do.
you've been at it a while.
I mean, a little while. But, like, they changed that rule, I think, around 2000 or something, and then I was
That's
like...
when they
oh.
changed it?
Yeah.
In 2000?
Yeah.
That recently?
Yeah. It used to be, and now it's like you can actually just make
Wow.
a description in English. So if you look through any of the old books, they'll have the English description, and like somewhere in the back of the book, there's a Latin version of it, and they just reference the Latin version. And somebody had to translate that crap. And
Wow.
maybe it's even later than 2000. Maybe it was like 2010. It's pretty recent.
That's frightening.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, that was a huge barricade for me because I was like, I don't know anybody who speaks Latin or could translate gobbledygook into Latin. You know, like I had all the books in Diatom, the early books in Diatom stuff, and many of the books today are in German. And one of my colleagues, when I was a graduate student who came into the graduate program behind me, who was in the lab that we were in, was from Germany. And I was thinking, oh, this is great. I've got this friend, you know, we both do stuff, and I could just show him the Diatom books, and then he could tell me what they say. And so I showed him the Diatom books, and he was like, I don't understand any of this. It's in German. And
Yeah.
he was like, none of this makes any sense. It's like gibberish language.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's the German person wrote it. So like he's like, yeah, it's just a bunch of like nonsense words. So like he
'Cause-
couldn't make sense of it because it's science language, which is like a whole separate language for
It
people.
is. It is.
And I mean, even though he was a scientist, and he was like, I don't know, whatever this is, it's a bunch of gibberish because it has words like rostrate and capitate and whatever, but they're like the German version. So it's
Areoli
like,
and
whatever, yeah, all the
yeah.
sexy bits and names of things and whatever. So it
There's
just made
another
no
one.
sense. And he was like, yeah, I can't translate any of this. I mean, he could tell us what the words said, but then he would be like, you know, like it just says things like beak face or whatever. Like you can't.
Beak
like, how are you
face.
supposed to know what that is?
It's
Right?
beak face.
2010. See, Anna says it was 2010. This
Wow.
happened while she was doing her PhD.
Was it a
So-
good thing that it happened, Anna? Did it feel good that it happened? Like it took pressure off?
I think it made everybody go, oh, thank God. It's bad enough that we're following like the plant nomenclature because diatoms aren't plants, but we don't know what to do with them, and nobody established like an algae nomenclature. So she says, what's gibberish about rostrate and capitate? Perfectly normal words. You know, one time when I was talking to people and they had some pattern and I said, oh, it's orthorhombic, and they just looked at me like I was from outer space. They were like,
It's Pandiriform?
what is orthorhombic supposed to mean? And I was like, oh, you don't know what this word means? Like, that's a normal English word, isn't it? And they just looked at me like I was like, you know, like you're a scientist, you just forget. Like, people don't know. Well, I think I knew what that word meant before, but like, scientists don't, like, we use words and we don't realize that, like, people don't know what that word is.
Mm-hmm.
So I always work really hard now at thinking, like, could I say this sentence to my parents? And so when I stream, I you know, people ask me, like, name the parts, and I can go through and name all the parts for a diatom very easily, and talk about shapes and whatever else, because the science language is easy for me, but it's like talking to people who aren't scientists is the hard part. So, like, for streaming, for talking to the general public, to try to give a talk that doesn't have scientists in the audience, it's like, I've got to struggle to talk. Because it is like you're trying to remember, or you're trying to figure out, like, how do I say this in English? You know, like, literally, I'm speaking in science language, right? So I have to, like, figure out, like, is there a way to say this in English? It's a challenge. It's a lot harder than you think, because your brain's programmed with words like prostrate and capitate being normal.
Amphora.
It is an amphora.
It's a strange sample. Like dinoflagellates and amphora.
Bon, hello. It's not Mama Bon, it's
Oh,
Bon
just Bon.
556.
Oh, okay, sorry.
If
I was
you
gonna say.
don't know, it's fine. But, like, do you know a very vague bit ballpark, like 10, 100,000? Oh, it's at least 100. It's at least 100 species a year. It depends. It becomes very flexible because, like, they went into Baikal and published a book one year that had, like, 10 new genera, and
But they've been working on it for a while.
and the book had, like,
Yeah.
probably like 300 new species or something in it, and it was over 2 books, but it came out one year. So, like, I don't know. I mean, they probably worked on it for many, many years, but then, yes, it came out all in this big clunk, and that happens a lot. So, I mean, you and Reevy just published a book for Great Lakes last year that had, I don't know, 50 new species in it. So it's at least 100. It's potentially as high as 1,000 some years, but it's way more than 10 and way more than 100. And in the past, like, 2 years, I think I've published something like 10 species myself, and I'm not a taxonomist, really. So, like, and then I've got
You're
another...
not a
I've got
taxonomist?
No.
Wait.
I'm trained as a geologist.
Well, I know, but I thought you had this whole long list, right?
Well, I'm typically not mostly a taxonomist. It's something
Okay.
that I do. but
It's a
not like-
sideline?
It's a side job.
Okay. A side job as a taxonomist.
Side job. Mallory.
Hello.
Yes? You want to tell me about the samples?
Yeah, they're on the hot plate. A few of them are in beakers because they've been on the hot plate since like right
4.
after. Well, it was a little
30?
after that because some of them started freaking out. And
They
so
did?
They did.
What did
Like-
they do?
Reacting very violently
Yes.
to nitric acid?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Organic rich. Good thing we didn't use hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah. A couple of them spilled over, but
Just bubbled over.
Yeah, bubbled over. But those ones are in beakers, and then ones that I thought might bubble over are in beakers. Also, the bubbles are like rising with the heat, obviously. So I don't know if ones that haven't bubbled over won't bubble over in the future. So you might want to check on them. Like,
This is very
I just
exciting.
walked out like.
What's
2
the
minutes ago,
temperature
so-
set on 3 or 2?
2.
Okay.
And the one that gets hotter, I only put it on like 1.5. So.
Okay.
They're freaking me out, dude.
Blame her.
What'd you put it on?
It's from the bottom of the lake. I just brought up what was down there.
That's something dead in there.
I brought it to
Probably.
the surface.
It's demon blood.
There's
It's full
lots of
organic
dead in
stuff.
there. It's from the dark side.
Yeah, dark side.
He took me to take my first core sample, and it was from the dark side, apparently.
Yeah. Usually they're like kind of cute, so
Yeah.
click around.
This is a lake of fire and brimstone. Okay, so I'll check on maybe 20 minutes or half hour and see what's going on.
I didn't. Eleanor's the only one in there, so.
She's sending me messages about her diatoms.
I
so-
know. She told me she's doing that. So she's not gonna know what to do if anything happens.
Text you.
Yeah, she can text
She'll
me.
probably text you, wait for the response. There's like a fire in front of her. What do I do?
Hopefully there's no fire.
She also doesn't know they're on the hot plate.
Okay,
I should probably tell her how to think about it.
okay.
Usually I just tell her to leave if anything happens.
It'll be
'Cause I
fine.
feel like that's the,
Worst
Safe.
case scenario, we lose some diatoms. It'll be fine.
also like all the stuff around.
Hot plates, whatever.
Oh, there's a beaker with acid in it. Don't knock that over when you open the hood.
It's
I
nitric
put
acid.
a note. What did I say?
It's nitric acid in a beaker.
Huh?
It's nitric acid in a beaker.
Yeah, it's covered.
Okay.
I'm just saying like don't knock it over.
Okay. In general, I try not to knock beakers over.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially beakers of acid.
Well,
Also, I stole a whole bottle of nitric acid. I don't know if I was supposed to take the open one, but I didn't.
Oh, you didn't take the open one?
No, I took a new one.
The one that was behind it that was like new?
No, in the cabinet.
Okay.
Because I wanted it.
There was another one in the cabinet?
No, not in our cabinet, in Jen's cabinet.
Oh.
It'll be fine.
What? Did I not get the right stuff?
Does it say nitric acid on
It
it?
says nitric acid.
Because there's sulfuric acid in there.
I wasn't gonna get that.
Okay, I don't want that. Although people sometimes process diatoms in sulfuric acid.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
They also sometimes stick them in a microwave.
Well, kind of looks like our microwave in the lab has that.
I don't think we want to put it in our microwave in the lab.
Stanley could.
Trying to keep the demon's blood out of the microwave in the lab.
Demon's blood does not mix well with microwave technology.
Okay, thank you. Are you going home?
Yeah.
Are you flipping me off again?
Which way do you want me to do it?
This is peace.
Is this
This is not.
What's this? What does this
That's
mean?
Italian for...
Actually, it's not Italian.
Is it not?
No, no, it's so back when the French and the English were at war,
Oh, is it French?
right?
That's
What was happening is they would chop the fingers off of the bowmen that they caught, and so if you still had your fingers, you could say "screw you" to the people who would chop
Are
the fingers.
you French?
No,
Are you English?
no,
Take it.
I'll take it.
Are you
Mais je
coming
peux parler
tomorrow?
français.
What'd you say to me?
I could speak French.
I can't.
She said your
Means
mom.
nothing to me. I don't respect the French.
She said your
You
mom.
don't?
Is there a French person here? What? She said your mom.
That's what she said to you.
Please don't be mean
I
to
speak
me.
French. Let's see. We got off track.
We did. We got
Anna
off
says, I
track.
don't know if it was good. Just one more thing to keep in mind when looking through descriptions, figuring out if they are valid.
You can keep it tomorrow?
Yes, for the morning, and maybe like till 1. I don't know. I have to check the time of my plane and the time I have to be there and how long it takes to drive from here to there and make sure I don't get
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
lost.
Well, if I don't see you tomorrow, nice meeting you in
Nice nice
person.
meeting you.
See you on the Discord. I lurk.
You lurk?
I do.
Yay!
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Okay.
Let's see.
Totally lost the thread.
Yeah. Porter said
Wow.
they're going to unsub and unfollow me because I'm not a taxonomist. And then I should burn my computer. And then
Ooh.
freeze myself for a brighter future. Or they'll freeze themselves for a brighter future when I am a taxonomist, I guess.
Hmm. That's a pretty amphora.
Let's see.
Okay.
Shadowfax
Speed.
posted a bunch of black squares. I'm not sure what that is. What would be more rare place to have a sample from? Have you been able to study samples from that place?
Oh, you've had samples from all over crazy
Yeah.
places.
The moon might be a rarer place than some of the places I've looked at stuff from.
It would be very rare. Mars. Yeah.
Mars, yeah.
Yeah. Whether you'd find diatoms or not is.
Digital Seahorse
Okay.
wants to know what we're laughing at. If they were on mute.
Oh,
I don't know. We're just having a good time, that's all.
yeah.
From
Watch them out.
from thermal vents deep in the ocean. Well, probably there's no diatoms in the thermal vents except for ones that rain out as cadavers onto the top of the thermal vents.
Have you
because
looked?
I will just say this in advance from last spring when I was doing the Dr. Mo series, but there are some things that are living on the thermal vents because it generates not light, but light-like things from the heat. Because it generates basically like infrared light, and
And chemosynthesis.
it can produce enough infrared light to actually allow things to photosynthesize, even though there's no sunlight. So, but I haven't looked for diatoms that are living in there that are trying to live off the infrared light from the thermal vents.
I gotta talk to my friends at Note and see if I can get you some stuff.
You can give it a shot.
You never know what you'll
Um,
find.
I'm telling you what I really want to sample.
Okay.
Like in a crazy fever dream, the thing
Okay.
that would be the rarest thing for me to sample
Oh.
would be the surface of a hippopotamus
Nice.
or the fur of a sloth. I feel like those would be great things for me to sample to try to find crazy diatoms. So,
The fur of a wild sloth.
wild sloth fur.
Not the fur
Uh,
itself, just the diatoms.
The
from it.
diatoms from it, yeah.
So somebody who cares for and brushes wild sloths.
Right.
right?
Is there a person who does that?
I'm sure there probably is. There's
Wild
got to be
sloth.
like a wild sloth rehabilitation facility where, if a sloth falls out of a tree. Oh, look.
Somehow Mallory offended Bon Bon 556 because they're French.
Oh.
So, and they probably appreciated you talking in French at Mallory. So, and somebody says bonsoir. Oh yeah. that's
Bonsoir.
Digital Seahorse.
Bon après-midi.
Um,
Ugh, it's all chock full of stuff.
what's chock full of stuff?
This.
Oh, you found another square
What
one?
is chock full
Filled
of stuff?
with junk.
It's filled with junk. It's like really packed with it too. Not even just like lightly dirty. I mean, look. It's
Oh, I see. The dark squares were because we were talking about the dark
the
side.
dark side.
I got it.
There we go.
I got it. Sorry. People in St. Petersburg's labs looked at thermal vents.
Oh, they
See?
did.
There you go.
What did they find?
Uh,
Have they not published it yet?
it's hard for me to keep up with the chat Mount.
Oh, no.
I'm trying to hold my chat still so I can read what people are here.
Chat, hold still. Hold still.
There were very, very weird diatoms there.
Ooh. See?
There you go. Okay. She says, I don't know if it got published. It was a student's work, and she quit.
Oh.
Probably because the diatoms were so undescribably weird. Moosey Fate says there's got to be a few in chat here. I think they mean French people, or people that speak French.
It's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning.
And then Anna said even Idaho is a pretty wild place for finding diatoms. That's true, because we have a sample. We found 2 giant gomphonemoids and maybe 3 or 4 new, I don't know, Ricosphenia potentially, and the other day we were looking at, what is that thing? Planethidium or something that's new, or we think is new, right? So you can have a bunch. Okay. Even in places like in Idaho. They don't have any sloth groomers in Idaho, but if they did, wild sloth groomers.
So to have the natural flora from their fur, right? They would need to be wild sloth. Because
Yeah,
if they
you
were
want something living in the wild.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if anybody combs off the skin of wild hippopotami, but I feel like that would also be, brushes down their wild hippopotami for algae.
See, now I know what to get you for Christmas.
Sure, if you got me that for Christmas, I would love it. A wild hippopotamus, or some of its skin flayed from its back.
No. Someone can just use a toothbrush
That's
and
fine.
clean it.
Yeah, collect it. That's all I want, actually. I don't want the skin.
And it's only the tiniest amount because, right?
Hippo groomer sounds like an occupational hazard. Yeah, it does.
Could be.
Slight occupational hazard.
No.
Slate Quill says, are there any microbes that derive their energy from radiation, like nuclear radiation?
Oh, it's
that's
you.
a good question.
That's you.
There
You
are
got it?
some microbes that can get energy from nuclear radiation, not diatoms, at least not that we know of. But there are some that actually grow better under radioactive energy. So that's irradiation, but yes. There are some that we assume that's the case because they seem to do a little bit better basically under those conditions, but they're not diatoms. I forget what that was, a lichen, I think? That was, there's a lichen that's
Someone
a
in chat will
radiophile.
know. Yeah.
And I need to look back over my notes from that lecture, but there were more than one. There were a couple of organisms that they think did better under those conditions, including there's some bacteria that they found in the spam irradiated materials that seemed to do better when there was radiation. So it's a good question. A toothbrush or a patch of skin, take your pick. Exactly.
Oh no, the toothbrush. You need special permits to transport skin, but
That's true.
just
You also need permits to export algae or living organisms.
well, what if you kill them first?
Then it's fine.
Yeah.
Turn it into a slide for me, and then ship it to me, or put it in some nitric acid on your end. And
Or
then
hydrogen peroxide or
hydrogen peroxide or something. Rinse it and then send it to me. Hey, studio's here.
Studio Critics.
A mold of a fungi, yeah. Yeah, there is a mold of a fungi that
I like
to,
fungi.
seems to be radiophilic, radiogenic, actually.
I think this is Pirellia.
That is Pirellia.
It's definitely
what you were
not
looking
Alarbechia.
for.
I know.
You found something you were looking for.
It was on the list, on the long list of stuff to like see in person.
Duck Goose says, I transport my skin all the time without a permit. Well, you have a passport, right? That's a permit. Studio says, I always label things geological samples or take water samples in shampoo bottles and no one asks any questions. It's a good plan, especially the shampoo bottle. If I send samples to people and they ask me what it is, I tell them, oh, they're geological, they're rock samples.
See, I've sent you stuff and they're like, oh, what are you sending?
Oh, the U.S. post system doesn't care, but if you're trying to send it out of the country,
Oh,
and
then
it
they
has to
care.
cross through customs in any way, it has to be labeled as a rock sample. So if you've already digested it in acid and you've gotten rid of all the organic matter, but you still called it an algae, they'll send it back to you.
Ooh.
So you have to tell them, oh, that's like dust, right? It has to be something that is factually true, but doesn't tell them what the actual content is, or they'll get angry about it because they hear algae and they think plant, or they hear algae and they think soil, and you can't send soil through the
You definitely
international
cannot
mail
send
without
soil.
a very serious permit. So
Well, there's good reasons.
yeah,
I mean, like entire forests of trees gone because people have done stupid stuff.
correct.
So I think that's a good thing.
Digital Seahorse says, I've shipped a charm bracelet but didn't declare that it was made of leather. So nobody would know, I guess.
It was processed. It wasn't like raw, fresh. Like hide.
Bon wants to know, can I send you some virus, like a flu kind? No, I don't want any flu virus.
This is not that level of lab.
I work very hard not to get flu virus. I don't want it sent to me.
No. And you wouldn't really be able to see it well anyway.
Can't send any sort of seeds or plant material. You're not even allowed to go to a farm, basically.
Well, you can. You just have to
You have
like
to declare.
Yep, that you bend one.
Yeah.
I'm taking a picture.
It's what we do.
I know. It's so much fun. So, how long did you have to wait before checking the simmering stuff?
Another 10 minutes.
Okay,
It'll be fine.
it'll be fine.
Mallory gets worried about everything.
Well, I don't know.
She comes through and
Overflowing-
turns off the slide warmer because she's worried the lab will catch on fire.
Aw.
The slide warmer gets up to the temperature. You can put your hand on it, right?
It's true. I actually touched it to see how warm it was.
And I was like, it's not a pancake griddle.
Is it really 40 degrees?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still like, you could have that temperature outside in really hot places.
And they have.
And they don't catch on fire.
No, but you could cook on them.
Well, I mean, it's a very slow cook
Yeah.
at 40 degrees.
In the sun.
You didn't know about visiting a farm? Oh, they always ask you that question if you're crossing a border. Well, into the U.S. anyway.
I suppose it depends on which border.
It doesn't.
No, it's all
No.
borders.
Every border, they ask you if you've been to farms or if you're bringing any produce,
Farm product.
farm product.
When people say, "What's the difference between Alarbechia and Pirellia?"
Right.
I'm gonna have good pictures, and I
Here you
can
go.
say,
This one has
"This is
thing.
the difference."
This one's got the lumpy pillars.
It looks like a coliseum.
Yeah.
Nice big spines holding
Bonbon
together.
wants to know if viruses are too small. They're not.
But they
they're
are small.
I could see them, but they would be blurry and indistinct on a scanning electron microscope of our type. There are some fairly large viri that you could see on a scanning electron microscope, but I don't want to see them, I guess is what it comes down to.
I mean, if they
they're
send
potentially
you
dangerous, and I
dead
don't know how to
virus.
prep them.
Yeah.
So probably even if we could see them, like I don't know exactly how to prep them, so they probably wouldn't look good.
Unless they sent you like a prepared stub with the killed virus that's been coated in gold.
That'd be fine. But I don't think that they have that capacity.
Probably not.
I don't know. Where are you getting the virus from, actually?
Yeah. Do you work in? These are the girdle bands?
It seems
no?
like they are, because there's some on the top one as well that are the same, and they're oriented the same way. On the very
I
top
don't think
of
I've
the
ever
image.
seen the girdle bands. Like I always see,
Well, they're very light, and they usually get destroyed.
Yeah.
So microwave solves everything. It does when it's a virus. Let's see. I feel like soil samples are transferred all the time because we have treads on our shoes. Yeah, that's why they even ask you if you've even visited farms.
mm-hmm.
Because you could have some of the stuff on your shoes.
We'll be bringing back the next
Yep.
like horrible plague into the U.S.
It could be.
And it's serious. There's teams of people that work on stopping invasive species from like showing up here because it's not good.
Yeah. And they actually are transferred all the time because people would tell that they aren't, or that they haven't been to a farm when they have.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't want to have to deal with paperwork.
Paperwork. Man, oh man.
They
Oh,
just
look.
have a UV light they run over
Wait.
your shoes. That would be better.
Is that? Hold on.
I'm holding on.
Hold on. It's not Nitsia, is it?
Does not
Pseudonytsia?
look like a Nitsia.
It
to
doesn't.
me.
Do you think it's a
No, it doesn't
No?
look like Basilaria. They have little like buckle rings
Oh,
on their thingy.
wrong.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
Where's Anna? Is she still here?
Anna.
We need to get an expert. I'd like to phone a friend. What can see viruses then? Usually TEM is the right instrument. It's
Which
a
is,
transmission
yeah.
electron microscope, not a scanning electron microscope. And it sees through the virus rather than seeing it, but you can see enough of
Oh.
it basically by transmitted electrons. That's the most appropriate. There's also some really high-end SEMs that have more power than mine for very small things.
Cyclotel.
Yeah, it's striata.
Striata.
She said, all I see is something long, and then said, make it bigger with a question mark.
Oh, okay. I'll go back in a second. Let's go back now. I can go back now. If you're here, I'll go back.
She's here. Studio said, I always wash my shoes when I go from national park to national park and wash my car.
So washing the car is especially good, and then you can spray the soles of your shoes with alcohol.
And just
If
go
you
to a local bar and spill some alcohol on your shoes.
stronger alcohol is necessary.
Don't ruin my fun.
Saying you want to go to a local bar and spill some alcohol in your shoes to keep them safe?
I mean, I'm more likely to spill it in my shoes than I am to drink it, so sure.
You want to see the end, Anna? I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah, I feel like zooming out's not going to help.
You can see it in relation to everything else.
She wants to see the striation, I think, and the orientation of it. Anna said during the pandemic she started to spray everything with alcohol. She says, Bonbon says, thanks, I can wiki those now. Oh, she says use shots. Spill shots and that will work.
Really?
I mean, stronger alcohol.
Still probably not quite strong enough. It needs to be 70% alcohol at least, right? I think that's the...
Oh, she says she sees fibula. And I agree, there's fibula there.
There's fibula there.
So Nitsia.
It is a Nitsia.
Or is there something in the ocean
There's something in the ocean.
that's not
It's a-
Nitsia and...
Looks like Nitsia?
Looks like Nitsia and is
You mean
long
like
and skinny.
Pseudonytsia? I don't think it's Pseudonytsia. Could be, but I don't think so. Oh wait, you can go in really close.
Yeah. I don't know why we're sitting out
It's a
here in
scanning
outer
electron
space.
microscope.
She says she thinks it's a proper Nitsia.
It's a proper Nitsia.
Would be my guess, too. It's the outside view of the Nitsia. It's a very long, skinny Nitsia from the ocean. Oh. With the...
Piece of junk
bump on it.
with a bump on it. A nodule.
I think it's junk. And not just because it's a nitsio. Isopropyl, is that what you're thinking, digital seahorse? Iso something?
That's an alcohol.
Yeah. That's the kind you shouldn't drink.
Don't drink it.
Unless you want to go blind.
I've participated in some habitat restoration projects, and before you go into the restoration site, you have to spray down your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you leave, right, all the equipment you use gets sprayed with alcohol, and your shoes get cleaned again. So we're on step 4. How are we doing? Oh, it's 5:30.
You still have some time.
I know, but the time is rapidly disappearing.
Yeah. All these people in chat are distracting you.
No, they're not. They're lovely. I just need more time.
You like that one because it doesn't smell icky like rubbing alcohol does. Anna says, I wonder how all the restored sites around here are covered with invasive species.
Is that pretty one again?
Studio says, I think the concept of invasive microorganism species is very understudied. I have a paper on this topic that came out in 2020 from a diatom that we believe is an invasive species in the United States. Potentially brought here by invasive fish species that were brought here by humans. So the diatom was riding around in the guts of the fish, and then when they arrived here in the US, got pooped out into our water.
Because diatoms can make it through the gut sometimes, totally undigested.
Yeah, they can be fine.
They're like, woohoo, what a ride.
Yeah, and also they come out with a little bit of extra phosphorus.
Do they actually, do some of them, like, is it a strategy for some of them?
To get eaten, I
To
doubt
get
it.
eaten? No?
It's probably just something that happens. I don't know if you can make yourself taste better for fish. I think they just suck in algae, like they don't target it. Some of them scrape algae, so maybe for those. She says covered by 80% of the surface or more was invasive species in some of the restored areas.
Okay, we're going to look real quick at the creek.
I think invasive diatoms should be studied in New Zealand. Okay. Yeah, dumping ballast water is another way that
Oh,
diatoms are
ballast waters.
probably being brought in. But I think we already know that there's some things like actinocyclists that occur in the Great Lakes that is basically a marine diatom, and now is inhabiting, parts of Lake Superior. It's Camplodiscus clepius, or Camplio. I think it's Camplodiscus clepius. It's some sort of Camplodiscus.
It's definitely Camplodiscus.
Shadowfax says, I wasted your valuable time with a mustache redemption.
No, the mustache.
That's not a waste of time.
Nope, mustache was fun. I break for mustaches.
Anna says, I need Salafra help.
Oh, is it really Salafra?
No, I always think it's Salafra, so...
Is it really Salafra?
Uh-oh, Bonbon redeemed a mustachio.
Oh, this will be a good one for it. Let's see. I'll remember.
Somebody brought it up, and then there it is.
And
She
there
says
it
it
is.
really is a Salafra.
It really is a Salafra, huh?
Sarah Holcomb says, can you describe your sample preparation process? How do you collect and separate the diatoms? When do you add the alcohol?
Whoa! Yeah, science!
Hey, Science Twitch, or yeah,
Woo!
Science Twitch, is rating with 8 viewers, and they rated while we were putting a mustache on a diatom.
We're mustaching a diatom. You're like rated mid-mustache.
A mid-mustache raid.
There you go. How's that? Is that an
That looks
appropriate?
good. I think it looks sharp.
It does.
That is a
it's
fancy
like,
diatom.
It's almost like it's got a beard down here,
Yeah.
right? And then there's the mustache.
Oh, that's very nice. It looks a little bit like, who's the lumberjack from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? He had a big jolly mustache and then a beard like that, right? And a very wide face.
It was like Yukon somebody, Cornelius.
Yeah, Yukon Cornelius. Looks a little like Yukon Cornelius. Welcome in, Raiders. This is Diatom's Attack. And I'm Diatom's Attack. But that's Pacific Plankton over there. She's at the helm. She's visiting
I'm
us
trying.
from the Pacific. She brought some of her Pacific samples with her, and we're looking at them pacifically on the
They're like
SEM.
there, on that side of the screen.
Hello from Italy.
Ooh, all
Can
right.
you say something in Italian for them?
I don't know Italian.
Stromboli. Yukon
From-
Cornelius. Yeah.
All right. Should I demustache?
We're good.
We're
I
demustaching.
feel like that's been redempted.
There we go. I'm going back.
Was it good? That was a good one
It
though.
was good. It was, yeah. Well done. Going out.
The least Alaskan name, Cornelius. Yeah.
Sounds exotic.
It does.
All right. I'm going to go to stub 5, which is from a creek in Michigan in the Upper Peninsula. And it's going to be a lot less stuff on it. I'm just going to peek over here one more time just to make sure.
Are you just jumping over there to see what's on it?
I'm curious. I want to
Okay.
see. I want to see what's on it.
And you can tell them how you collected the sample,
Whoa.
what the steps were, and how we got the diatoms out of it, and when did you add the alcohol?
Alcohol?
Oh, that's what Sarah asked. When do you add the alcohol?
Oh, I didn't add alcohol.
At which point during the collection process did you add the alcohol to yourself? I think maybe she wants to know.
Oh. I did not. Here we go. There we go. It's Nitzia. Probably. Zoom in. I'm going to get something wrong way. There we go.
Don't tell them.
Don't
Just
tell
make
them?
it seem like you did it on purpose.
Actually-
Ciao. Let's see. Bienvenido. Venuto. That means like welcome or something, right?
It's not a Nitzia. All right. I'm going to go back to 0 so I can tell where I am.
Oh, greetings to Italy and have a good night. It's late in the EU.
Oh.
Oh, I think they're saying to them.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going rotation 0 because I want it pointing north.
That's not an Itzia, is it?
It's not an Itzia. That's what I said.
Okay.
It's not an Itzia. I mean, I thought it was
It's
when
an
I was
avicula.
out. I was way far out.
It's just a dirty navicula.
It's moving.
Tilt-a-whirl.
I know. Not as bad as the other one, but I don't feel like that's dangerous.
Transmission electron aberration corrected microscope is a collaborative research project between 4 U.S. laboratories and 2 companies designed in application to transmit electron microscopes images with a spatial resolution below 0.5 nanometers,
Wow.
roughly half the size of an atom of hydrogen. Yeah, there you go.
Getting them some close.
Steve Mandela's back. They say hello and welcome to this great Twitch. I think they actually translated the Italian for us. Yeah.
There it is.
What?
You tell me. I think it's cracked.
What's up with those pores?
I don't know. What would you like to see?
I want one that doesn't have clay on it. I
Okay.
think it's just an avicula.
It's probably just an avicula with clay on it.
You posted it in Italian, and that's the translation. Okay, good.
Okay.
So tell them where you got this sample, and I'm going to go check on my samples.
Okay.
Your samples.
These samples.
Our samples. From the hot plate
We have samples.
that
Okay.
Mallory has been... The demon's blood needs to be checked upon.
Okay. Well, if there's a crisis,
Good
let me
news,
know.
everyone.
Oh, there won't be.
You can pop into chat. Ooh, there's a piece. So I collected this particular sample from a creek in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, in Limestone Township, and I parked on the side of the road and down an embankment, grabbed a rock, and I had my handy dandy toothbrush with me, and I took and I scrubbed the toothbrush on the rock, and I'm not looking at Chuck because he's got his computer turned sideways. There we go. Yay. No, it wasn't a Navicula. It doesn't look like a Navicula? We'll see what it is. See if we can find another one. Who are like 10 years old. Where are the new toys? Well, this is a new toy for me. So scrubbed it with a toothbrush, got it off the toothbrush into a little vial, and brought it with me back here, at which point it was boiled in acid. And then here it is, now live on the SEM. And we're just looking at it. Aw, Cyclotella. I have to take a picture. I don't usually see freshwater ones. Get right up in there. So these are freshwater diatoms. These are the sweetwater diatoms that I don't get to see because I look at marine stuff. Let's see. We'll go closer, and I see if I can focus it better. Let's see here. Right about there. Brought it back here, boiled it in acid, let it cool, rinsed it in raw pure water, and then after it was rinsed a number of times to make sure all the acid was out, then it got placed onto a stub, and now we can look at it here. Let's see. Oh, we got another follow. Thank you. All right. Get it mostly to the center. Zoom in. There we go. Okay, we're going to go beam intensity 7. I'm going to talk myself through these steps because I want to make sure I do it right. Speed 7. Phaser set to stun. And I'm just going to double check the focus here to make sure I didn't accidentally... No, I think I'm good. All right, auto brightness. And then I'm going to take a picture and I can go back to chat. Intense. It's very cool. I'm very excited. This whole experience has been amazing. Learned so much. Yeah, just so much. So happy to see your Plankton pals together in person. I know, Studio Cornix, we have to get together next time you come south. All right, here's a picture, and it should be able to take nice and gently. Hey, Two Jukes, welcome. All right. It's actually really chilly here in the SEM lab, and I was just thinking of getting a sweatshirt on, but there's not that much longer. I don't have that much more time because gotta get pizza. But at least we had lunch today. Yeah, you'll be in the Bay Area this winter. Yes. Well, you have to let me know when. And, well, you don't have to let me know when. It would be wonderful if you let me know when. And, we can meet up outside. I'm fully vaccinated. And I don't tend to go to any, large public gatherings or anything. So, it's, I've been extra careful. I double mask when I travel. I even have stoggles, which are like goggle glasses. So... because I like the air blowing on me in the airplane, and I think it's good. So this is a Cyclotella. Yay! We should have a diatom picnic. That would be the coolest. I can make sandwiches in the shape of diatoms. Cucumber sandwiches in the shapes of diatoms. If you like cucumbers. And then we could have We could have algae cocktails and diatom sandwiches. If I'm vaccinated, why am I still using the mask? Because I could still potentially contract coronavirus, even though the risk is small. I'm traveling in areas where the vaccination rate is really low. And I have people in my close family who are at higher risk of serious complications if they get sick. So because of that, I am being extra careful when I'm in areas where I don't know that the people around me are vaccinated or not. And that's a personal choice. But yeah, it's important to me because I love the people who are close to me, and I want to make sure that, I mean, a mask is no big deal for me to put on my face when I'm out. And I figure I will err on the side of caution for the moment until the rest of the population catches up vaccination-wise. But that's me. So, ooh, let's see. You'll get a smoky with, which are diatom-like. Oh, yes. And sugar cookies with a diatom texture on them. Oh, yes. All right, I have to label this. It's the talking and the typing at the same time. Here, hold on. This is... There we go. Successfully saved. I like that. I like, oops, I have to close the picture before I start navigating. I do. There we go. Now I can close the picture. I can speed back to 4, beam intensity 10, and can zoom out a little. Who's that little one there? I've never seen any of these. I've never seen anything from this location before, so they're all new. They're all new to me. They're all new and cute. Let's see. Although this UI drives you nuts, yeah. I have to talk myself through things. Usually I talk to myself when I work on things. Is that a diatom? Let's see. It's a piece of a diatom. I wasn't even sure there'd be anything in the sample. And look, there's stuff.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Yeah, anything good?
Oh,
You found a
yes.
Planethidium or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Studio Cornix is going to come to the Bay Area in the winter.
Oh,
And
is she
we're
gonna
gonna have
use
a
your
diet.
SEM?
We're gonna have a diatom picnic.
Oh, a picnic.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Picnic.
make cucumber sandwiches because they'll be like diatom sandwiches with around. And we'll have
Cucumber
algae drinks.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
Yeah.
a real picnic.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if there's any edible flowers, we can add flowers to them. So that's
Sugar
always
cookies
fun.
with diatom texture on them.
Yeah. See, doesn't that sound good?
It sounds familiar. Okay.
Oh, I took a picture of a cyclotella
Okay. Striata, that one?
in the freshwater.
Oh, there's a cyclotella in here?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it'll be on the pictures.
I'll just have to wait, I guess.
I can go back and show you. Here, it's over here. It's this way. I remembered which direction. There
If
it
you're
is.
vaccinated, why are you still using the mask?
Oh yeah, I did that. I
You
told
told
them.
them?
I told them.
Yeah.
I have people in my family I love, and they're high risk, and until the people around me are suitably vaccinated.
Only 29% of the county that I live in here. Yeah, it's meningiana.
Say that again.
Meningiana, cyclotella meningiana.
Okay. Say it again.
Meningiana.
Okay, slowly.
Meningiana.
Meningiana. Okay, see now I can do it. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
I don't know how many times I said it to Mary, and she just goes na 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 like that when she says it. Every time. Na 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 na. I'm like, Men, again, Iena. Men again, Iena.
Nice.
Scientific equipment with databases tend to have very difficult UI with super tiny text.
You think they'd make it easier for scientists? They're always so distracted thinking about other things, right?
Studio says I'll make crescent rolls too with cream cheese and salmon.
Ooh. I might skip the salmon. I'm not a big
She
salmon
said those
person.
are like Navicula. This is something you were looking at, I guess. I'm just trying to catch up.
It's okay. Let's see if there's any.
Fully vaccinated people can transmit COVID, right? If it's because it has a high viral load, basically you can transmit it to people who aren't vaccinated, which is also why I'm wearing a mask. Because I have a daughter who's not old enough to be vaccinated, and that means I could potentially bring it home to her, and then she takes it to all the kids in her school, and then everybody has to get sent home.
And that's no
They
fun.
transmit it to their parents who probably aren't vaccinated because they live in my county. So it's a responsible thing to do as a society, as a person of the society, even though it's unlikely to have any impact on me.
Because you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for the people you love.
That's right. I'm asking for people I don't even know.
Well, that too. But
I don't love them at all.
no.
I don't even like them.
Okie dokie. It's covered in clay. Those are interesting little rings.
Learning is a complicated word. I find it easier to learn the last syllables first and then work my way forward in the word.
So what's that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
SpaghettiOs?
I got SpaghettiOs in my sample. Good to know. If you ever get hungry on a microscopic level.
I think it's also respectful for people who are forced to wear masks. You know, like if you go out to a restaurant and there's people there, they're all forced to wear a mask, and I feel like it makes them feel more comfortable wearing it.
Cockneys.
It is a Cockneys. It is pediculous, I believe.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's kind of pretty.
It looks like a bell pepper slices. Oh, the other one. Not
The other
this
one, yeah.
obviously.
It did a little, didn't it?
What does this look like too? A lemon.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
Kind of like a lemon.
I see the lemon.
Inverse lemon. Headshot says specialist said those were twister fries. Who makes twister fries?
Oh. I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Like you go out to eat and
You want twister fries, yeah.
Twister fries?
Well, I don't know twister,
Curly
twisty,
fries?
curly fries. I don't know.
Arby's has curly fries.
Okay.
I've never heard of twister fries.
I don't eat at Arby's. I don't know what they have.
I haven't eaten at Arby's in a long time, but I know they have curly fries. They don't call them twister fries, though. Curly fries, yeah, exactly. Let's see. That shape would make such a lovely ceramic bowl. You know, I have a friend who's here on campus who is came in the same time I did, who does ceramic art, and she makes like, you know, these fancy bowls and stuff. And really, I should have been partnered with her to like make some diatoms sort of sculptures into her artwork, because I feel like there's a lot there. But instead, I just looked at her stuff and was like, oh, this is cool. And then hoarded all my diatoms to myself.
Are you a diatom hoarder? Oh, the little diatoms. They're all mine. Mine.
At the fair. Oh, they call them twister fries at the fair? Anna says, my company announced today that vaccination will be mandatory for all employees, and they're so happy. Our university is going to be forcing everyone to attend in the spring. Only the vaccinated people will be able to attend. And I think we're actually the last big university in Indiana to make that requirement. So, I mean, I'm just going to, big university, because we're not that big, but...
Big enough.
Yeah, of the larger state-sponsored schools, not the little community schools.
Mm.
So, I feel like some students are going to it's gonna take that for them to actually like do it because they just don't see it as like something that they're interested in otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, so I had to get all my shots before I could go to kindergarten, kind of like a puppy.
Right.
I did. Right.
Yeah.
That was just the way it was. I didn't get. Nobody said, "Oh, do you really want to have your not chicken pox? They didn't have that back then.
Mumps, rubella.
Measles, mumps, rubella, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, like the whooping cough one.
Yeah.
I think I mean, it was like.
There was a lot.
There
and
was
then
a
you had
lot.
to get booster shots in like 7th or 8th grade. And
Yep.
It's not. I don't know why people make such a big
Why is
stink
it
about
so
it
dark?
today. Why is it dark?
Yeah, because it's dark. I did the auto brightness.
Because there's one really bright spot up at the top.
Oh, here.
And it balances on that. So what I would do,
What would you do?
make a box
Okay.
and stretch it out so it covers most of the diatom but doesn't cover that edge. You almost got it. Almost. The other butt. And inside the box. There you go.
Look at there.
Like that.
Like that.
And then,
Auto brightness that.
yes. And then hit auto brightness.
Wait.
You're
I dragged something.
You did.
Shoot.
Just to drag the box a little bit down. There you go. There you go. And then auto brightness that.
Okay.
And
Nice.
it will balance it without that bright edge on it. And then it should make all of those things stand out, and it'll make your bright edge super bright, but nobody cares because
Because it's just an edge.
It's already bright.
Yeah. Okay. Tips and tricks.
Let's see. Now I want funnel
Oh.
cake.
So, hey, how were the boiling acid
They're fine.
jars?
It's fine. I was actually talking to Eleanor more than I was in there doing anything else. They've only been referred to as Twistos here in France. Oh, okay. Twister fries are also apparently the McDonald's take on curly fries. What? McDonald's has curly fries? Did it balance? Does it look a little bit better?
It does look a little bit better,
It's still pretty dark.
but it is still pretty dark.
Photoshop.
Really?
Yes.
That's where I'm going with that? Okay.
Actually, today is a very good day in general.
It's a good day.
The book I was waiting for
That's right,
is on
Anna.
my phone. The Diatom Web Academy presentation was super interesting
Oh,
and
what was it?
emailed with a few people like Diatoms were interesting. I didn't get to see the Diatom Web Academy because I was out in a canoe collecting a core at the time. Let's see. And you are streaming together. Yeah, that's nice, right? We should have streamed us canoeing, but I felt like it could have ended tragically.
For the phone?
Polio. Good
For the
point.
canoe.
Polio also.
Yep,
we
that's
get.
another vaccine.
Yeah. Although we don't actually get polio in the U.S. unless you're leaving the U.S.
No, they stopped giving it?
We haven't had polio vaccine here for a long time.
My son, well, I suppose now he's like 17-ish, so he had polio vaccine.
I didn't get polio vaccinated until I went to Africa.
Really?
Hmm.
Huh.
Constable.
Constabable's here?
She's in the chat.
Constable?
Hey, Constable, how's it going? We're here together.
We
and
are.
Dell's here in the chat. And we could just get our panel back together. Just crack open the
It'd be
Discord.
fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're both streaming together. We met halfway in between, and I brought the SCM with me.
No.
Oh. Well, then I guess Pacific Plankton must have came to my lab.
Yep.
Uh,
I traveled over 1,000 miles to get here.
No way I'm dying like a Middle Ages peasant of some preventable disease.
I know, right?
Don't mince words, studio. Tell us how you feel about it. Evelyn aced her science test. Good to know. Del?
Yay. Well, of course she would. All right.
Oh, they won't actually share the talk. They won't post the talk until the research is published. Well, I mean, I have stuff I presented that I still haven't published, and I didn't tell them they had to hide the link. Who's going to steal your research? Come on.
I don't know. People are
They
crazy
don't know where my
out there.
core was collected. They don't have any of my
Oh.
samples. They can't even, like, you could try.
I'm not going to hit that button again. All right, here we go. Like, taking all this time on this one diatom. Like, it's
Really?
pretty.
It's a Cockney's.
I know, but it's from, like, a totally new place for me.
It's true. Let's see. Half SEM will travel. Yeah. Put the huge machine on a truck. Actually, if I had like a semi truck and I put the SEM in it,
See, now here's what we could do, right?
traveling SEM show,
We could have,
and I could do
maybe
like a food truck out the back of it as well.
Plankton, right? And diatoms,
Mhm.
right? And we could have some saltwater tanks and we could take it around the country
On tour.
on tour.
I
Put a
bet your
scanning
family
electron
would have to
microscope.
eat Hot Pockets for like a month.
You'd miss me.
They would.
Yeah, they would. But it would still be fun.
Anna says you also don't have tuberculosis vaccine here in the U.S. Well,
No,
you do
that's
have
true.
tuberculosis.
Yep.
It's just not yet in the social groups that can do anything about it.
Well, yeah. And yeah, you're right.
Constable says it sounds like the best touring show. 18 wheels of micro.
Except here's the thing: it would have to
All
like,
of the wheels on the truck diatom,
Yes.
the hubcaps,
but it would have to be like run on like
fossil fuels, biodiesel.
biodiesel and solar. So it would be like a hybrid,
I like that.
a hybrid solar truck.
We don't want to add to the carbon footprint by traveling around.
No.
Especially if it was algal biodiesel. We could grow our own
We could
algae.
grow our
and then
own
use it
algae.
We can't move the truck because we don't have enough algae culture
Like
yet.
the pop up, yeah. That'd be funny.
You need rims. Of course you need rims. We have to have rim feelers. We have to have the curb feelers out there. Press family into service as science explainers and roadies. That's a good idea.
It might work better for your family than mine.
I always wanted to be a truck driver.
Really?
I can drive for really long distances without getting tired. Like really long distances, like 18 hours in a row,
Wow.
barely stopping. You know, I don't eat most of the time, so it's just like I
Yeah.
have to go to the bathroom sometimes I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I'm driving and I see an exit and I'll be like, I could probably still make it to the next one. 80 miles later, I'm like, I could probably still make it to the next one.
Good to know.
Try Truck Simulator. Is that a game?
I bet it is. They simulate everything now. Gas
That's
stations.
the most Midwest flex ever. Yeah. Except for actually most of my driving skills were from when I lived in Nebraska and then drove westward because there's no place to stop going westward. And there's long distances of the country that you have to cover sometimes. So it's an American flex, yeah. We have a big country. I used to drive 6 hours. When I started, I was tired. And I would be like, it's only a 6-hour drive. I would drive from D.C. to my parents' house because I lived in D.C. and my parents lived in Ohio. And I would drive, that's a 6-hour drive. And I would start, it would be like the end of my work day. I'd been working all day long and didn't get good sleep. And I'd still be like, it's only a 6-hour drive. It's only like, driving across 80% of Europe. What'd you find us?
I don't know.
A little potato.
It does look like a potato, doesn't it?
3 hours is not even across my state. Exactly. You have to cut through West Virginia, yeah. It's important. You take the right path. It's a Eunosha.
Look at that.
No?
No?
It's not a Eunosha.
No, it's
It's a...
Encinema. No? Doesn't it have the little... Hold on. me auto-
Amphora or Encynema. I can't see the midsection. It's distorted.
It is distorted.
That's why I thought it was a Eunosha. I thought that was the raphe coming up
Here.
onto the valve there, but I don't know what that is.
I don't think it is. I think the reefer,
This is junk. One end of it's busted up.
it's just busted up.
I think it's Encynema. I think you're right. It's too flat. So it's been almost 3 hours of streaming. Is
I
it
know.
pizza time? We've got
It's-
to leave around 7. So it takes about 15 minutes for the pizza. And it's going to take us about 15 minutes to get shut down and go to the pizza. So I feel like we have about 25
It's a
minutes
frowny
or a half
face.
hour. Yeah, that's a frowny face. That's just some sort of weird little ensignema.
It is lopsided.
The stride go all the way across, I think, the center. For real, do y'all ever eat? You know what? I don't have to complain about this on stream, but like when I'm streaming and I'm on the SEM and Pacific Plankton is in my channel, she's always like, why aren't you eating? And then I'm here and I'm like, you know, we're streaming, do you want to stop and get something to eat, or should we just get off of the SEM and go get something to eat? And she's like, I'm not hungry.
I'm not that hungry. I'm only here for a
I'm not
really
hungry
short
enough to stop,
time.
to get off the SEM.
I've got such a short visit. It's like...
It looks like the head of a xenomorph.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it is kind of like nose down.
It does look a little bit like an alien's head. Wait, you didn't even get to the stub with the testate amoeba on it yet.
No, we should do that now, huh?
Probably.
Okay.
Instead of looking at little deformed ensignemas.
I know, but they're right deformed. Oh, look, that's Planethidium.
That is Planethidium.
Ha!
Ha!
Ha! Here, just so people
I don't
can
even
see.
need to have a job around here.
Yes, you
I've been
do.
replaced by you.
No.
You
See,
run the SEM, you can identify the diatoms,
not all of them.
you can stream.
Not the way you can. Self-deprecating. All right, let's see. We can zoom in, speed it up a little.
Definitely Planethidium. You know what that structure's called, right?
What's it called?
Hufeisen.
That's what it's called. Okay.
We're going to do monoraphids this week. In diatom taxonomy.
Oh, I'll be home for the lecture. Oh,
Yeah. You can hear me say Hufeisen again.
I can. It's always fun.
It's covered with clay.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's,
Let's throw this sample in the trash and move on.
well, maybe not the trash. Let's see. Tanglewood.
Let's look at the Tanglewood stuff. This is a sample from the place where,
Look at that.
yeah,
Like, boom.
you know what that is?
It's an alien.
No.
It's Fragillaria.
Yes? Species?
Oh, no, I don't know the species.
I guess I still have a job.
You
then.
do.
That is Fragillaria crotonensis.
Crotonensis. That was going to be my first guess.
I mean, it's everybody's first guess.
All right. I'm going to take a picture.
This sample wasn't processed at all, and so it has a bunch of organic-y things that are still present in it. I wasn't here. Did you tell Sarah how we separate the diatoms from our samples? Did you ever do that?
Did I tell her how we separate? We boil them in acid and we rinse them and then we put them
told
on
her
a
that?
hot plate. Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I went through that. I don't remember if Sarah was here.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I think so. Does Sarah remember?
I don't know. I don't know if she's still here.
There we go. Let's see.
So the sample is just like, we collected some plankton. I don't know if this sounds familiar, in a plankton net. And then we just took it and stuck it right on the stub. So like the first stuff we looked at was from the Pacific Ocean. And we just took it and stuck it on a stub and dried it. And that's what we did with this. So this is Midwest plankton.
Actually, let's see.
Midwestern plankton. But it also means there's a bunch of zooplankton in this stub on the surface here. And some really cool things, like we found some testate amoeba tests, the skeletons of testate amoeba.
I zoomed in too much.
A few diatoms, but it was mostly zooplankton. Midwestern plankton. Is it like crab stick? Crab stick? What is crab stick? It's Fragillaria.
And you have a command. It'll take them to the.
Protonensis.
It'll take them to the place.
This.
I like this kind of zoomed in.
Fragillaria. Boom.
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 Just like that.
We did it. Oh, the synthetic crab. Oh, like a crab stick. They do look a little bit like crab sticks, I guess.
Okay. It reminds them of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They have like a zipper-like set of spines that connect them together only in the middle. And then there's a gap between them. So they look, these are all, as you can see.
It just looked kind of like a neat pattern.
Oh, what's happening? We got rated?
We got rated 7 viewers from
Science. Oh, hi, science. How's things going? It's an ant raid. We got, I had some insects on the SEM yesterday.
I caught a mosquito, but it looks a little squished.
You squished the mosquito.
I didn't squish it.
What
It
happened
looks a
to
little
it?
squished.
Did you catch it and then you just let it die inside that container?
Well, it was going to bite me, so yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you like captured it. You were gonna
Oh.
catch it with the tweezers or
I didn't.
something.
You didn't give me any forceps.
You don't travel with forceps?
No, I don't actually.
Welcome in, ant raiders.
Oh.
Welcome to the
Nah,
scanning
I'm not gonna
electron
take it.
microscope.
Changed my mind. Zoom
We
in out.
looked at live leafcutter ants on your stream. Oh, that's awesome. I think Zoikia was supposed to send me some ants so we can put them on the scanning electron microscope, and then we were going to have him come on and talk about ants one of these times.
Greg and
I think you were here when we were talking about that
Pull
science.
up a chair.
SEM on leaf cutters is pretty epic. Oh yeah, I bet it is.
all right.
And so you can see what we're looking at
news,
here is
everyone.
some plankton samples that Pacific and I collected from the Midwest. It is. You found a dino, didn't you? This is like all we've seen since she got here is dinoflagellates somehow.
No, not all.
Well, we've seen more dinoflagellates than we've seen previously.
But that's because there were more in the sample.
This one was one that we just collected, though.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have any freshwater dinoflagellates that we've even seen anywhere.
Yeah. Well,
Now we do.
wrong way.
Don't tell them.
It's okay.
Oh, and it's one that's got really pretty ornate plates.
It does. Look at that.
Fecal plates with a T.
With a TH. Ooh.
And there's some dinobrian in the background,
There is.
which are chrysophytes.
These.
Golden algae.
Yeah. No brown.
Golden brown algae.
Golden brown?
Whatever. Look at that texture.
Mm-hmm.
It's reticulate. That's what we call that. It's science nerds.
Let's see. I'm going to zoom in a little more and make sure I get it focused really well.
So judgy. You can send me some ants too? Oh, that'd be great. You see a huge Daphnia. Yeah, there's some giant Daphnia and some Bosmina and some copepods.
That's
And
better.
we saw something that looked like a podon in there, but
It's not, but it looked like
she
it.
says it's not. So I'm
No, because it's a freshwater one. Podon or...
There's a freshwater podon.
But it's not podon. It's
It's
something
not?
else.
Are you sure?
No,
Okay.
because it's freshwater.
Oh, okay.
I do not profess to know freshwater stuff
It looks like a little mushroom. I think it looks like
too far.
what are the turtles on Mario that he kicks around? It looks like one of those turtle shells from the Koopa. It's a Koopa shell. If Koopas were really tiny. Look at turtle shell, yeah. Some guy named V. Yeah, we're looking at some plankton. This is a dinoflagellate.
Yep.
They have that name because they have a flagella. Actually, they usually have two
They
flagella.
usually have two. One that wraps around the cingulum, which is this kind of central, like...
Furrow.
It's like a belt-shaped space.
It's a furrow.
And then they have one that that comes down from the sulcus, which is probably on the bottom side somewhere that's turned away from us. All right. So beam intensity 7. And speed 7.
My favorite part about training people on the scanning electron
Brightness.
microscope is I don't have to tell them what to do after a while. They just do it.
And sometimes they say it out loud.
Do you ever nickname these strange life forms that have very long Latin names? Most of them don't have common names because they're microscopic, and we have a huge bias towards larger things.
We do.
And so we don't give things names like leafcutter ant. We don't have a name for this. It's just, it's a scientific name. And
Yeah.
a lot of even at larger group levels, don't even have names. Like if I say chrysophyte, there's no other name for chrysophyte. I can't call it like a water flea or like, I mean, even those terminology that we use,
Yeah.
it doesn't have even anything like that. It's only chrysophyte. Like there's no other name for it because it's so small, only like, you know, nerds with microscopes see it.
Nerds?
So, yeah.
With microscopes.
Yeah.
And scientists.
Scientists are just nerds. I
Okay.
mean, they're like super nerds.
Okay.
You're acting like you don't believe me. Name me a scientist who's not a nerd.
Okay.
So?
Well, I'm not good at naming scientists in general.
Jocks with microscopes, exactly. You know any jocks with microscopes?
Actually, there might be some jocks with microscopes. No?
there's not.
There aren't?
You don't hear about like basketball players that got an SEM in their basement or a bank of SEMs in their basement.
No, but they might have a microscope.
No, they don't.
No?
No.
You have to do some outreach.
No, I just want them to sponsor me to have their things. I don't want them to have them.
No, but wouldn't it be, I mean, it would be interesting. Like, would it bring microscopes to sporting games?
Hey, Joseph Radio Joe is here.
Hey, Radio Joe.
You know, I don't think I have his own shout out for him. And every time he comes in, I just shout out Hannah. In like some rude way. Like Joe's not Joe, but he's just Hannah in proxy.
Well, Joe doesn't stream independently.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he started
Oh, my
streaming on
goodness.
his own, and sometimes Hannah's on his stream,
Oh, when...
and he plays his
See,
own guitar.
now I'm not following. I need to follow.
He plays. You need to follow him.
I need to follow him.
Yeah.
But I can't because you don't have a shout out thingy for him. Do
Well,
you?
I can just shout out him the old school way.
Oh,
I
you
suppose I
could.
don't have to have one for everybody. Just a Joseph Radio Joe like this, you know, like that. And for some reason,
Just like that.
what the heck?
What the heck?
Do I have like a Babel command? Why don't I have one for Constababble?
I don't know. Why not?
What the heck, Constababble? It's
I
I think she
don't know.
stopped streaming for a long time, and
Oh,
then
she took a break.
she took a break. And then if you're not following Constababble,
You need to follow
you can't be
Constababble.
friends. Okay?
Oh.
That's the way it is.
Okay.
You need to follow Constababble. You need to follow Dell.
Mm-hmm.
And you better be following. Here, I'm gonna give a shout out to this specific Plankton person who texted me. If you don't follow them, we can't be friends. So that's it. Those people you have to follow.
Contingency.
Yeah, that's the first question. For if I'm trying to figure out if I can be friends with
really?
somebody or not. Yeah, it's like
Oh.
this, and then like how do you eat string cheese, right? You come at that stuff sideways,
How do
you're a
we what?
monster. We can't be friends.
How do we what?
Eat string cheese.
So you lost me there. I was like, I didn't even know that was one of the questions.
I was just throwing that in.
Because I've had the cheese curd.
No, you know what string cheese is.
I know what string
Like
cheese
you
is.
kids, you eat it with this.
With a string, you pull the string.
apart. You pull it
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah, it's like a mozzarella.
You don't just like eat it sideways.
It's string cheese. You can eat it where you want.
You can take a chomp off of it, but you don't eat it like from the middle out, right?
Is this like the burrito thing?
There's a burrito thing?
Where you're
You
eating the
can't eat a
burrito from the middle.
No, you can't do that. You have to pick an
It's
end.
food, and if it's yours, you could actually eat it any way you like.
Eat it how you like, but
Just
it doesn't
chew
mean
with
we
your
have
mouth
to be
closed.
friends. That's
Just-
what I'm going to say.
Just chew with your mouth
You can
closed.
do what
It'll
you
be
like,
fine.
there's consequences. There you go. Joseph Radio Joe knows what's up. He followed Constababble.
Woo! All right.
Let's see. Steve Mandel's got work for you. He says, I hope you will give a talk on the SEM shots and your experience there while working with the famous Dr. Stone. Is
Wow.
there another Dr. Stone you've been working with? Because
On
she's
the
only been
side.
working with the non-famous one.
I'm, you know, I collect Dr. Stones. There's one in every state.
Well, I feel like at least I'm the Indiana one.
You are definitely the Indiana Stone.
Joseph Radio Joe says, I peeked in yesterday. He had a ton of meetings, and it looked like we were checking out crickets and such. What were we looking at today? Crickets and such.
No
Today
crickets
we're looking
today.
at plankton that was collected from. This was collected from a lake where Pacific Plankton's Airbnb is. Private property that she's been staying while she's here. And today we went there and we collected a core.
Yeah, my
from the lake.
First one ever. It was so cool.
And we did it in a canoe, which is probably the most dangerous way you could collect a core.
It was breezy. I was with a professional.
Right. Well, and also I feel like you're an experienced canoeer. So I probably wouldn't try this with somebody who didn't know how to canoe.
More of a kayaker than a canoeer, but
It
okay.
doesn't matter. Kayaks are easier to tip over than canoes, so I feel like, like kayaks are built to go upside down, whereas a canoe is not.
But I found you.
You did. This is some testate amoeba.
Mm-hmm.
The tests of the testate amoeba.
Would you like a
It's
picture
a
of
little
these
cluster.
three?
Absolutely. What are they making their skeletons out of, by the way?
Should we go closer and look?
Yeah, I want to know.
Inquiring minds.
They
Okay.
make their skeletons by agglutinating them to their surface and gluing them to their surface,
Probably like tintinids.
like tintinids, and then they live in the hole. They come out the hole at the bottom there. It's a little sort of. These ones have a square-shaped
It's actually
hole.
kind of cool with the triangle.
What the heck? Lorgana's raiding us.
Lorgana! No
Um,
snakes today.
We're not looking at snakes.
No
So
snakes
yesterday
today.
we were looking at snake skins, and we had some hornets and some
A
cricket,
hornet.
a hornet, a wasp. We had a bumblebee we never showed anybody.
Mm-mm.
And today we're looking at, so this is just one of many samples that are on the SEM. We also have 4 samples from San Francisco Bay. It's just one sample that we split into 4 because I feel like Pacific wanted to find things.
I was having so much fun because there was stuff I didn't expect that was there.
We found a bunch of dinoflagellates, and then we found did you take a picture of the turtle shell one?
The turtle shell one that we just saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't paying attention.
It's okay.
I'm over here and
I
trying
got
to
you.
think about what people are talking about.
So, look what it's
that's
made
what we're
out of.
looking at. It's dirt. It's made out of dirt. It's made out of silt grains, but there's no diatoms in there. Or
I'm like,
maybe some fragments of
let's
diatoms.
see. Little pieces.
Digital Seahorse says, what do you say? What if I eat a peanut butter cup from the center outward? No, we can't be friends.
You've got very particular, like, friend
like
requirements.
gallstones. My sister, just as a note, my older sister eats her M&Ms by sorting them into the colors, and then eating them so they have an even number of colors, and then taking one from each color as she eats them. That's how she eats M&Ms.
And the colors taste different?
No, of course not. Not in M&Ms.
I don't think there's any diatoms on this.
I saw some. Oh, not in there. No, yeah. I saw diatoms when we started.
Oh, no, in the sample, yes.
Yeah, right.
I just meant on the testate amoeba test.
Lorgana's here, and I didn't give her a shout out because I'm a terrible self-moderator. I'm good when I'm moderating other people's channel.
Yeah,
And
very good.
You should also be following Lorgana, unless you don't like really gross stuff, and then you should only be partially following Lorgana when she shows stuff that's not quite as gory. But she does like taxidermy and stuff. She reads books at people. Sometimes she does painting, and she sometimes you can make her exercise. I don't know if that went away, but she did a thing where you could like roll dice, and then she would have to do some exercise that got rolled. You
How
can't
about
make
that?
me do anything in the channel except for put stuff in the SEM, I guess,
How about that?
and put a mustache on things.
You like that?
It looks nice. You know, there's this thing in photography where they take pictures of things in threes, and you got something in threes. It would have been nice if one of them was like at us, one of them
I
was
know.
sideways, and one of them was the other way.
Do I want to save it? No.
What document? What are you trying to say?
I didn't auto brightness it.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to do that because it's really light, and I figured it'd
Right.
probably be a good
You
idea.
want the contrasty.
It should look good.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep it keeps moving. It's the
Oh
worst.
no.
You'll show up even if there aren't snakes. Oh, okay, good. Gotta get that 2-for-1 scientist deal while it's still available.
Yep. Limited time only.
Duck Goose wants to know if my sister is single. No, she's married and has 4 kids, and she's older than me. So, I have a younger sister. She's married and has 2 kids. So, I don't have any sisters to sell you if we were gonna barter.
No sisters for sale?
No. How to eat M&Ms. Open up the bag, tip it into the mouth. I'm fine with how she eats the M&Ms. I'm just pointing it out because people are talking about how they eat candy. That's how my sister eats them.
I'm not a big fan of M&Ms.
I will eat M&Ms if they're not the standard kind. If they're like peanut M&Ms, I'll eat them. Or if they're like the mint ones or like the pretzel ones, they gotta have something else in them.
Yeah?
And especially if it's the dark chocolate kind, because I don't like milk chocolate.
Dark chocolate's the best.
See? It's dark chocolate or get out.
See, now, I like the salty dark chocolate.
That's also fine. I like all kinds of dark chocolate. I'm not a big fan of like gotta have M&Ms, but Sylvie
They're
eats
just-
M&Ms,
they're
and
really
if I'm forced
sweet.
to eat them, I want the dark chocolate, and then it's gotta have something in it usually.
M&Ms are just like a sugar delivery device, and
Oh,
they're not really a flavor experience, in my opinion.
Definitely.
So.
That's why they gotta have something else in them.
I see. Have you had the pretzel ones?
Yeah, they're good. I like the pretzel ones, and there's ones that are mint, and there's ones that have almonds in them, and there's
Mint.
ones that, yeah.
I don't
They
think I've
really
had
went
any.
nuts recently with the
Really?
M&Ms. If you go look, there's like,
They're like, people aren't buying M&Ms anymore. We need to throw stuff in it.
well, people maybe they just don't like trashy milk chocolate, and
It's entirely
they
possible.
wanted to hit that other market.
The gourmet market.
Yeah. Even their dark chocolate's not dark enough for me.
It's not really dark.
But it's better.
I like the dark chocolate that's almost bitter.
Yeah.
Like, it's very
You want
lightly
baking
sweet.
chocolate's what you're talking
I
about.
want like one step, like one small step sweeter than baking chocolate. Just a tiny bit with a little bit of salt.
Sarah says the book reading happened today and the exercise.
Ooh.
See, I know what happens on Glorgana's channel because I usually watch it. I usually tune in and chat with her. Ton of
just been-
desk exercises.
Really busy though.
She had to do lunges.
Ooh.
I'm not doing lunges for any of you people. If an Alicocera looks like Musazensis but it has no separation spines, what is it?
If a what? Say it again.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
If a what?
If it looks like Musazensis but it has no separation spines.
Musazensis. See, now I don't know what Musazensis looks like.
Well, it looks a little bit like Granulata, but it's shorter and squatter.
Okay.
Like hockey puckish, almost. Not quite hockey puckish.
Okay.
It's something to do with the height to width ratio and the spine lengths, number of spines per whatever.
To look it up.
I don't think it was a question for you.
I know, but I'm still curious.
Shadow
There's no
Fex says I like
crossover
peanut
question?
M&Ms. Digital Seahorse says pretzel M&Ms with question mark because they hadn't heard that
There's
they have
one
those.
pointing sideways so you can just see here.
Yeah,
We have a hint of it.
it's nice. Did we just get rated again?
Oh my goodness.
Geo Jim's rating with a party of 4.
Geo Jim,
We're getting a
welcome.
rock rated. We're being rock rated by geology people.
Hey.
Look at all the rocks on my screen.
3.
They're rocking. You rocked us. We will rock you, is what you should make your stream.
It's not
Your
SF
raid call.
Bay.
Welcome in, Geo Jim. And Tropical Geek. Guess who's here with me today, Tropical Geek? It's
Guess-
not Mallory.
It's not Mallory. This ain't Mallory.
Let's see. We had so many raids today. It's
I
been kind
know.
of crazy.
See, you need scrolling credits.
I've never seen those in Canada. Oh, maybe we don't sell them to Canada. Maybe we don't give you guys the good M&Ms. We just hoard the better ones here. Headshot Specialist says 85% dark is the best.
That's pretty dark.
That's a throwdown right there. They're ready to fight.
I don't want to fight. I don't fight about chocolate.
Right. Why
Actually-
fight?
I don't fight about much.
Tropical Geek says, how's it going, guys?
It's going.
And then they said, oh, like that. And then they recognized
Just
you
like
from
that.
your voice.
Just like that.
Oh.
Just like that. Like that. Okay. All right, let's find one that's pointing up.
Constant Mallory says, I can't believe it's not Mallory.
Aww.
Did not recognize you with no masks, but you recognized our voice. Yeah, 70% or higher is what Digital Seahorse claims is the cutoff.
The
The chocolate boundary.
suitable chocolate boundary.
Suitable chocolate boundary. I figure, like, for me, just the darker it gets, the better it gets. Doesn't matter to me, like, what the limit is.
Well, there is a point of, ooh, that's a neat dino on its side.
Got another dino.
There's been like 3 or 4 of them.
Why do we keep finding them all of a sudden?
It's just Dino Day. Oh wait,
Copepod.
wait.
Look, there's a big
that
post of
one-
a copepod.
Is that one pointing up enough for you? Let's see.
It's 3/4 up.
Let's see if it's how it looks or if it's covered with too much junk. It's kind of covered with junk.
Headshot says, I propose we fight about these percentages.
Well, you can fight yourself.
Yeah, that was meant to sound like I can't believe it's not butter. Yeah, I got that. I got it. How is this delicious conglomerate of science minds is happening? How is it happening? Well, I just sat around and did my normal thing, and that's how it happened.
No,
I didn't do anything different.
You did.
Here I am.
I said, oh, what an amazing microscope. Oh my gosh, what cool tools you have. How spectacular. And so he said, well, send me your stuff. I'll put it on it. And then you said, why don't you come and use them here?
Yeah.
And guess what?
You can just
I did.
come join me here in the lab. Take a
Yeah.
look at this stuff.
And so I did.
Here we are. So in the background, all those little vase-shaped things
That's a nice one.
are Dinobrian. In the foreground is a testate amoeba. So that is this the skeleton, if you'd like, of an amoeba that lives in lakes. And these ones are actually in the plankton, which is not uncommon. A lot of the testate amoeba in lakes actually migrate daily, like up and down into the light and back into the darkness. How they do this, I have no idea. But
Probably density regulation.
probably with extra fats or something.
Or gases.
Yeah, she didn't quite run to the lab, Tropical. She took a plane and then
I
a car.
flew at hundreds of
Plane,
miles
and
an
then
hour.
another plane, and then another plane, and then a car.
Hundreds of miles an hour. I traveled thousands of miles at hundreds of miles
Faster
an
than
hour.
she could run.
Way faster than I could run.
Sarah says, how is driving the SEM going, Pacific?
It's wild. It's so fun. It's a little nerve-wracking because they're, here, I'm going to try and focus this and then I'm going to get a picture and I can...
You missed it. Earlier today, she broke it.
I did.
And then we had
was-
to fix it.
I know. It was so cool. I got to learn how to fix it too.
We just changed the filament, but
It's a fixing. Don't say just.
it wasn't...
Don't
it
minimize
took
it.
almost no time at all.
Don't minimize
She goes, we
it.
should stream this. This would be cool. And I'm like, it takes 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. There we go.
It looks empty on the inside. Well, that's because the amoeba is dead.
He's dead.
And then we put it in a vacuum, and it probably did away with a lot of its organic matter.
First we coated it
Vaporizing
in gold plasma.
Yeah, these were coated.
Yep.
This was coated in gold. We blinged it.
Yeah.
But the amoeba is no longer present because amoebas are soft body organisms, mostly.
I zoomed in too far. Unless you want the zoomed in
We're
super
zoomed
far.
way in. We're looking inside it.
I know, practically. Hold on.
I feel like I'm inside it.
Inside. Do you wanna be this close?
I want the whole thing to... No, probably not. It's okay. Zoom out so we can see it. It does look really neat, though.
It is kind of like a little heart-shaped.
Yeah. Tropical says it's a dream come true for Pacific.
It is.
And then they said Pacific is moving to the Diatom lab.
No.
Where are the other ladies? How are they doing? Mallory was in here earlier. We had her take some of the samples that we were processing and process them.
Yes. It was
from
really
a
great.
core that Pacific Plankton and I collected earlier today. In fact, she did all the collecting. I just...
It's my first.
I'm not sure I did anything. I kind of rode the boat a little. I think that's all I did, really.
No, you
I
had the
did
plug.
the steering. I stuck
Well,
the thing under the
you
bottom.
paddled back while I held the core upright.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't hardly do any work. It's just like this. I'm not doing anything. So,
Doing something.
blanketed in a cozy gold shell. Yes. Digital Seahorse says it's the Death Star of diatoms. It kind of is because they eat diatoms.
Yeah.
We've seen on some of the live streams where we had testate amoeba, them just gobble up some diatoms before.
And I think it'll be okay.
Constantella says, I want to put caramel in it and eat it.
Ooh, I don't think people would buy amoeba candies.
It would be crunchy.
Crunchy on the outside,
It's
like
got rocks in it.
well-
It's made out of silt.
yeah, but you could use like a salt and sugar like combo to coat the outside, a little salty, a little sweet. Fill it with caramel, with a slight chocolate
It
shell.
does look like maybe it could be made out of rock candy.
Yeah.
Like it's a little rock candy skeleton. You could make it out of rock candy.
Little rock candy.
You could build it out of rock candy pieces.
Sounds like a Halloween project.
Yeah. Tropical Geek says, I have to be in the office now for a few days a week. The
Okay.
horror. The
Time.
trauma.
How are we doing?
Oh, it's pizza time.
Yeah.
Wait. Joseph Radio Joe says, are there many other microscope types besides SEM and light microscope you guys want to use that you haven't had a chance to yet?
Ooh, that's a question for you.
Well, I've never used a TEM.
Hmm?
I have used an atomic force microscope before.
Ooh.
I want to use an ultra-fast scanning SEM. I think that would be kind of cool. They're a little different, and you can get some different kind of information out of them. And then Pacific Plankton knows a guy who built an SEM in their garage. So
Not in my garage.
in their own.
I met
garage.
them.
So I actually would like to use a confocal.
Yeah.
We don't have one of those.
No.
I think the biology department has one upstairs. I just
Ooh.
haven't been. I think Sarah said she would take me up there sometime when nobody was looking, but it still hasn't happened because COVID.
Yeah. This is
But,
kind of cool. I like this picture.
So much candy chat, yeah. You haven't eaten breakfast yet. Just have candy for breakfast. What could go wrong? Maybe candies would be cool. Time for some more diatom merch. Oh, if I sold those on Etsy? Like amoeba that we put together out of rock candy? With the caramel inside?
I think that it would take more time than
I mean,
you could charge.
I have plenty of time. All I do is sit around.
Really?
Just go kick down the door. Yeah.
No.
I could go kick down to the labs
I
when
like
no one's
this
around. They do have a confocal, yeah. Duck Goose says Pacific Plankton knows Ben Krajnow. Krajnow? Is that
He
the guy?
joined the Microscopical Society that I'm a member of, and we've been chatting.
Digital Seahorse says candy for breakfast makes me nauseous.
It would make me nauseous.
I don't even like candy during the afternoon.
It's not SFB.
I only eat candy like if I'm starving. Or like I can't eat real food and there's candy available, I might eat that.
Okay. So that was the last picture, or do I have time to do more?
Well, we
So
just have
need
to order the pizza now.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to shut down for another 10 minutes.
Is there anything that has to be done in the lab?
Yeah, I got to go over there and take the samples off the hot plate and cover
So
it.
we should probably raid somebody.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We should rate somebody.
Because it would be good to raid while you're here, since it's your channel.
Square Donuts has a pumpkin donut right now. Oh, we haven't even taken you to Square Donuts.
Mm-mm.
How you feel about donuts?
Maybe I'm picky about donuts. I don't know. I don't have a lot of, because I don't go to a lot of donut places.
Well, we have a donut place here where they make the donuts into squares. Called
Nice.
Square Donuts.
Kind of like beignets.
I don't know what that means.
It's just a square donut.
No, all the donuts are square. They're like glazed donuts are square.
Mhm.
They're cream-filled donuts.
And they
are
have square holes?
I think they have round holes.
So they're square donuts with round holes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they have round holes,
Okay.
but the donut is square.
Well, I haven't been yet. They're like beignets with holes.
Beignets with round holes. That's what Dell says.
Thank you, Dell.
And then Tropical said, do you guys want to join the Philosophy of Science Discord?
I don't know. So here's the thing. I have very little time to do Discordy things and other stuff. I find like,
Yeah.
I've got so much that I want to do and so little time to do it.
Oh, I have a great idea.
Yes.
Cosmo Quest X is on, and they're doing their podcast talk show thing, and they raided me a bunch recently, so I
Oh,
feel like we
nice.
could go raid them.
Okay.
And why don't we do that?
All right.
So before they raid me, we will raid them.
That sounds like a
that's how I
really
like to
good
do it.
idea. There's Tripos.
Raid.
No, Seratium.
Yeah.
Look at that. Hey, Del. Let's see. Real quick
Cosmo
before we go.
Quest X.
Does
Yeah.
this look familiar to you, Del?
There we go. You just had to get your Cardi B in. He says Seratium sure does.
Look at that.
Enjoy your circular beignets with a round hole. Square hole. No, it's the other way around. Radio Joe. Okay. Thanks to both of you. See you next time. I'm so glad I caught your stream today. Yes, we're all very happy to have everybody that came in today. And
Super happy.
it's been such a fun little stream.
It really
And we only
has.
have one more day with Pacific Plankton, which
No.
is tomorrow, before we have to send her back where she came from.
Yep.
And her family will be
Return
delighted.
to sender.
Because I think they've been eating each other's fingers or something.
No.
Let's see. It's a huge long list. We got raided by GeoGym 2006, who's still here in the channel,
Woohoo!
and Lorgana.
Yay!
And their people. We had new follows from Polyphemus. We had some guy named V here in the channel. We got raided by Science with
Hey.
Balint. Mike Stubbs. We got raided by Science Twitch.
Wow.
We had some mustachio points spent. We got gift tier subs from Sarah Holcomb, 4 of them. And
Sarah.
we got some more follows, Wanchis. We got gift subs from Lugon Low. We got
Aw.
raided by Zatchap.
Woo.
We have follows from Kidamaro and Sauce.
I'm never gonna be able to catch up to you.
We got the subscription from Lugon Low. There's all these people here that followed us early on in the stream. Look at all
Wow.
those. We got raided by another person. This was when I was out. This is
Yeah.
Shirazade MR. It's just like crazy today. Okay,
Yep.
we're gonna go, or we went.
We went.
We went. We raided.
Woo.
Okay, so you can stop that, I guess. And we'll spam them with our thingies.
Here, this window. Whoa. That window. Stop stream.